Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Well, I would say it's happy Thursday, but unfortunately for the final time this season, this year even I should say, that we'll be commentating on IRC here tonight on Thursday. Of course, this is the 22nd and last race of the season, the longest IRC season in history, isn't it? And goodness me, it's been an absolute cracker of a season. I've really enjoyed this one. And I got to say, the only thing that we're missing tonight is a championship showdown, unfortunately. But unfortunately, Maxi had a lot of bad luck, didn't he, last time out? And that is really, unfortunately, that is kind of put pay of what would have been a showdown at sundown, when, as Crofty said a couple of years ago. So let's take a look at the drivers in the drivers in the Constructors' Championship, shall we? T. Sammy has won the World Championship. He's a double World Champion in IRC. Congratulations to T. Sammy. Maxi is second then, but I think Maxi's going to be a little concerned now because he's got a good old battle between himself, Steve, and Sprint for second, third and fourth at the moment. Now Steve's just moved up into third position, very close, isn't it? Nip and tuck, I love it. Matt in fifth position there, but Matt has also got a battle between himself and Roscoe for fifth and sixth as well. Great stuff. Timmy's not here tonight, so Fizzy could potentially steal that seventh position from under Timmy's nose there. As Dog in ninth position there. Hog is now broken to the top 10 as well. Good stuff indeed. Val just outside the points in 11th position as well. Rizzle, so Harry in 12th position, Rizzle 13th, and we have Penny, who's moved in front of his younger teammate Mason, and those two racing points are swapped around then. Also, we've seen JJ move into the points last time as well with an absolutely fine effort, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. In the Constructors standings then, AlphaTauri have won the Constructors, and I've got to say they've been absolutely fantastic team they have this season. As I mentioned last time out in the broadcast, that I thought that they were probably just even as good as that just good as that great Ferrari team of Slim and Samster back in IRC Elite, wasn't it? Season 1, I thought they were the best teammates ever. Wow, I think Sprint and Matt have kind of taken the award for that, haven't they? Good stuff indeed there. We have also got Alfa Romeo, who is second and 68 points away then. Unfortunately, they're too far back then, and they're also too far in front of Ferrari as well, who are third position. And Haas are in fourth, but we have a great old battle between McLaren and Red Bull as well. I know a lot of you eager viewers there will with eagle eyes, I should say, then will notice there's a new driver in the McLaren. We'll talk about him in just a moment or two then. But Red Bull on 203 points, 200 points for McLaren, and 197 for the Mercedes team. Look at that, 6 points, I should say, separates those three teams. I'm looking forward to that then. See, that has to be decided here tonight, doesn't it? As we got Fizz there, who is using the Kimi Räikkönen tactic from Malaysia 2009. Then he is going out on the 4 wet tyres. Then we got Renault at 8th position. Then Racing Point is 9th, and Williams there finally got off the mark in the double header last time out. Of course, we had 2 for the price of 1, didn't we, in RC last week? And goodness gracious me, then I was a mess. I really was, because I was absolutely shattered after that one. Sprint said, "Evening, legend." Hello, Sprint. Hope you're well then. As I think he must think there's someone else commentating here tonight. And Gazen, we're just on board with not on board with Gazen, but he's in the McLaren. Can he get himself off the points as well then? His teammate tonight is New Life. We'll talk about New Life in just a jiffy, but he has had a start this season. He had a start in the Singapore Grand Prix, but also I think last season he only had. I think he drove the Red Bull here last season, didn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken, he got a 1-2, didn't he? He was the second car in that 1-2, wasn't he? Last time he was here in Bahrain. Bahrain, of course, is the final step then of IRC this season. But remember, if you missed the driver draw last Friday, the driver draw and awards, I suggest you go onto the IRC Facebook page, and you can see all the driver draws, the track draw as well as the awards. And so I don't want to give anything away then. I suggest you go over and watch it. It's a really good watch indeed then. And I've got to say, I love a driver draw. It really gets me blood pumping for next season. Unfortunately, we have to wait so long to see those drivers in the cars in the I can't say when in January time. Oh goodness me. And so then we're on board with Gazen, and causes now then this race is now in the now under the lights now, isn't it? Back in 2014 it switched from day to night, didn't it? And I think that since it has swapped from day to night, it's been a really good race to watch, hasn't it? I don't want to I don't want to really. I quite like the races before then, but I think when it went to the nighttime, it adds an extra bit of aura to this circuit, doesn't it? So I love it. I love the open nighttime. It's brilliant stuff indeed. Then we're on board then with Gaz as he is just coming into the final part of the circuit as well. 3 DRS zones around here, isn't it? Of course, we have one on the start-finish straight run in between turn 3 and 4, and of course the middle part of the course as well in between 9 and 10. Excuse me. Oh gosh, and yeah, I got to well, there we go. Go just clear my throat. I've wet my whistle, but tonight though, so which is all good stuff indeed. Then, as just on board now. Then with Gaz, he cuts across the line. He's the first man to put a time on the board. It's just under the 90-second mark. Good stuff indeed there for Gaz, and he is the first man to pull a time in as well. Mason then is going fast as well there as he is going. Wow, that's quite a good time there right off the back there from Mason. As Matt said in the driver draw on Friday that this man could be a dark horse next season, couldn't he? Really looking forward to see what he can do then. I think Fizzy there is taking a very leisurely drive around Bahrain tonight then as well. In car 21, he could potentially be in front. If he scores tonight, he'll be in front of Timmy as well. Unfortunately, Timmy's not able to be here tonight. But let's take a look at his replacement, shall we, for tonight only. That's New Life then. We're on board New Life. I think this is actually going to be his 4th Grand Prix start in IRC now. Of course, he was a part of the Elites League, wasn't he? For a couple of races. He's only participated in a handful of on the IRC, which is Super, which is now just gone, which is now just at the IRC League. So yeah, he does have experience, doesn't he? And he's a very quick customer, isn't he? New Life is. So when he steps in the car, I do expect him to be very much on the tail coats there, Steve and Maxi and T Sammy as well. Then, so looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight. Then, as we're on board there with New Life, so he comes across the line now, and he's about to start his lap. Then, of course, and here we go. Then, so I would say that I don't think the rain tonight is going to come because, well, it's Bahrain, isn't it? I think, did we have rain in Abu Dhabi earlier on the year? I think we did, didn't we? If I'm not very much mistaken, I'm sure we had rain in Abu Dhabi. It's really weird, wasn't it? I've never had a wet race in Abu Dhabi before. But yeah, in Bahrain, here's a lovely fact for you, which everyone probably knows because every time we're in Bahrain, I always say it. But of course, it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain, doesn't it? So I don't. Oh my goodness me! And New Life is in the wall. Oh gosh, there, that's a big smash there. New Life has gone into the wall. He's hit the Ferrari, and oh goodness me! And I'm not sure if that Ferrari's on the intermediate tyres, and that might have been why. And that is the perils, isn't it, of going on the intermediate or wet tyres? Of course, they want to save the the tyres, don't they? But oh dear, New Life. I hope I haven't put the. I think I've probably given the commentator's curse. I know it's gone to Rizzle Sticks then as well. Lovely hamburger Rizzle Sticks, by the way, fantastic. Oh dear, and he went into the Ferrari, ricocheted off there, didn't he? Went into the barrier, and New Life is going to be in 15th on the grid. Then that is not good at all, is it, for New Life? Val has gone into third fastest, and Max has just gone fastest one then, which is Rizzle Sticks' teammate here. Oh dear. So that is not good at all, is it? Unfortunately, but. I think it's down to Rizzlix being on the intermediate tyres on a dry track. Then a lot of you might be wondering, why is there loads of drivers on the wets and intermediates? Is rain afoot? I hear you ask. No, it's not. It's these guys are just trying to save the dry tyres, because this is technically a practice session now because we've only got 15 drivers here tonight, which is a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? I'm not sure if it's because they feel that this might be technically, is it a dead rubber? Well, no, not really. Even though the championship has been won, the constructors has been won as well. There is a lot still to play for. I know that these drivers are fine-tuned, don't they? They want to win, don't they? They want to win, don't they? A second is nowhere for a lot of these guys, is there? But of course, I love a good stat there, and really, the more points the better from my point of view, anyway, because it just looks better on your driver's CV, doesn't it? Like Fizzy there would be I think it'd be much much happier to finish 7th rather than 8th in the Drivers' Championship. Obviously, Fizzy would be a lot happier if he finished higher than that, but of course, I think if you just get up higher up the standards, then that'd be great. 17, we've got Bro Grilla, a former IRC driver, also a regular viewer of the channel as well. Great to have you in the comments today, Todd. He said, evening conversation. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it indeed. Then, albeit, I think one of the brief about being a commentator is you need to kind of people need to understand you at first, and I'm not sure how anyone understands my thick Forester accent, old butt. And well, also you've really got to make sense, head and tails of what I say. I have no really idea what I say half the time. Fizzy there, you can see, is getting getting very floaty on the rear, of course, but that's because he's on those wet tyres, isn't it? Those wet tyres can disperse about 80 litres of water per second. There is no water on the tarmac at the moment, is there? So I think those wet tyres are going to be burnt out quite easily. So yes, as I've already mentioned, Fizzy doing his best Kimi Raikkonen impression. Of course, Ferrari sent Raikkonen out on the oh goodness me, look at that then. I got to quite enjoy this actually. I love watching the drivers. I really really trying to muscle the car around there, albeit there he is on the wrong tyre, of course. So yeah, so of course Kimi Raikkonen was sent out to the 4 wet tyres out in Malaysia 2009, and with there was this really big black cloud, wasn't there, over the circuit there, and it just didn't. It travelled quite quickly, and all of a sudden it just hung, didn't it, for such a long time, and the rain just didn't seem like it was going to pour. I think it was like 28 or 29 when it actually proper deposited everything on the circuit. Goodness me, there was a lot to deposit as well, wasn't it? As of course, that was also the infamous race where Rob Smedley called Felipe Massa Felipe Baby as a Fizzy. Look at that, that's Formula drifting at his best. Oh, look at that, and look at that, and he's also doing a bit of a burnout as well. That's fantastic action, and I've got to say, then there's some lovely visual effects here, isn't there? I'm loving that. Absolutely great stuff indeed. Then in car 21 as well, I've got to say, it's these times are not going to be too relevant, are they? Because you're all guaranteed, they're all guaranteed to go through, apart from New Life, who unfortunately has oh, it's T. Sammy has spun it up. This is the perils, as we already mentioned that. Oh, and Fizzy almost into him as well then. Goodness me, I gotta say, this is quite an entertaining qualifying one, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Unfortunately, New Life is out qualifying him, and I think it was the Ferrari of Rizzo 6 that came to blows there. I know that wasn't good at all then. As Petty there, I think Petty's on the soft tyres. He is indeed then, so Petty is not messing about, and he's currently 4 fastest at the moment in time then. So Penny there might I think he's really interesting tonight, and he wants to stay in front of his young charging teammate, doesn't he, Mason? So we're just watching T. Sam, who's gone 9th fastest on those intermediate tyres as well. Maxi has left the session then, which isn't good, is it? So hopefully Maxi can get himself back in quickly. He is currently the fastest of the time runner so far. Sorry, I just bit my lip. He's the fastest of the time runner so far. So he ain't gonna have any problems getting through this qualifying session, of course, and everyone should be through. Apart from New Life, he is out of qualifying, out of the race. Sorry, he's out of qualifying then, because there's no T cars in Formula 1 anymore, is there? If that happened like before 2002, or before 2003, I should say, his Penny there is not too he's not too happy there, as he is being really held up there, isn't he, by, oh goodness me, and he's almost off into the sand as well, as oh dear, I gotta say, I love that helmet design, by the way, it's fantastic. So it's still, of course, they're the intermediate tyres compared to the dry tyres, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on Penny then, because it looks like he's doing a couple of time laps then, so this is going to be very interesting to see on what is occurring out there at the moment then. I think Penny's backed off here, has he has backed off indeed then, as Steve just going around at the perilous turn 12. That's difficult at the best of times then, so it's going to be even more difficult, isn't it, when you got those intermediate tyres on it. Hopefully Penny goes for a lap then, so I would like to go on board with Penny, and just so he can show us around. My goodness me, what is occurring? And it's T. Sammy, and where's he gone? He has gone right off somewhere, I don't know where he's gone, and the T. Sammy is down in 14th position, and he is out of the qualifying session. Going back to my point earlier, remember, if you Val's coming to the line as well, and of course this is the difficulty of when you got when you got 7 types of tyre out there. Of course, so you got intermediate and wets intermediate wets and also the dry tyres as well. The T Sammy is out qualified now, so I was mentioning earlier. There's no T cars in Formula 1 anymore. It's I think outlawed them back in 2003. Then it was trying a cost saving measure, wasn't it? And unfortunately for New Life and for T Sammy, they're both out of qualifying, so they're going to be 15th and 14th. Then I think this might be a bit of an exhibition then for T Sammy, but of course I think that it's going to be no easy race then for T Sammy. So Matt has retired from the session as he is safe and sound in the pits then, so it's all fine and dandy. So just as Valdin is just dropping down the hill now then, as he comes into turn 7 before exiting away. That's when the Stroll did his roll, didn't he? In the I think in the Bahrain 1, wasn't it? Of course, that horrific race there with well, unfortunately that was Roman Grosjean's potentially last Grand Prix start in Formula 1 then, which is a bit sad really, isn't it? I mean, I gotta say, a lot of people were kind of, of course, hating on Grosjean and all that. We wouldn't say hating, but sometimes I didn't feel that he deserved a seat in Formula 1, which it's a bit harsh, really, isn't it? Because Grosjean in his younger career, remember, he made his debut in the Renault in 2009, didn't he? But of course, there, I don't think he wasn't really ready, to be honest. He was kind of called up after Nelson Piquet Jr. decided to call it a day and leave the Renault team, and then also dropped the bombshell about Crashgate, which probably wasn't the. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, then Grosjean did return, didn't he, in 2012, and had a very good season, I thought. Well, he had a good season, but unfortunately there was a lot of low points as well, wasn't there, for Grosjean's season. I think 2013 was probably his most best season in terms of stats, but I think it was around the 2015 where he really peaked, wasn't it? I think he did really well in that difficult car, the Lotus car, wasn't it? 2014 was a very difficult car, but 15, and I think he did all right, didn't he? On board then with Val. Then let's go for a first attack lap then, shall we? As he's coming up into turn 4 as well. Look at that as he drops away. He's going on the Sakir circuit, but look, he was that wide there. And look at these S's there. This is great stuff indeed. There's a 10th per second down on his previous best there as well. The back end is trying to step out, going on the outside curve there as well. There's a Ferrari right off in the distance there. And who is that? I think that's Maxi. And Maxi's really gone off. These guys have got to be very careful. We might not have many cars in qualifying too either. Val going into that double left-hander there. You got brake and turn, and it's very difficult, isn't it, to slow the car down. Then on the back straight, and DRS and right on the money as well for Val. Remember, he's been the top rookie this season, hasn't he, Val has? But there hasn't been many rookies in IRC, has there? Which I think it just is a testament of how many drivers do stay in the league, don't they? So it's good stuff indeed then. Now then Val then going a bit wide, then coming out of turn 30 as well. There's 2 turns left, and albeit it's technically 1 turn, because 15 is not really a turn if you get it right. Unfortunately, I can't really say that to Albon after he had a big old smash there, didn't he, in free practice. And Val comes into the pits, and so he spoils my fun. But don't worry, we'll see Val out there for a second timed run. Second time run then in qualifying 2, hopefully then, as we got the world champion Maxi, who has lost a bit of the nose there, as he's just doing a good old spin around then, and back on the circuit he goes as well in car number 96 then. Maxi's lovely stuff indeed then. Oh goodness me, he's showing a new trend of nose cone there. Lovely stuff indeed then. So at the end of this qualifying 1 session, don't really read too much into these times. And we got Maxi fast, and Mason second at the moment. And I think as we got Val in third, Penny fourth, and Gaz in a career best 5th at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. As we got 2 Red Bull, we got a Red Bull and a red Ferrari off the track there. As Maxi there is giving it all kinds of welly, isn't he? We've got Hogg at the moment there in the Renault as well. Now I think that Hogg's been a fantastic driver this season. He really has indeed, and he's really improved very impressively, hasn't he, in the Renault, and he's quite enjoyed. I think he's enjoyed that Renault, to be honest, hasn't he? He looks like he's enjoyed the Renault car, and he's been in qualifying 3 more often than not then, and that's not been down to any misfortune of other drivers. It's been down to Hogg's pure speed, hasn't it? He's a very quick customer, isn't he, in the Renault team, and I think that Renault will be a bit sad to see him go next season, won't they? As I think that Cyril Beatball is going to be very disappointed as well. We're on board with Hogg then as well, as he is just doing a couple of donuts, and I was expecting a few donuts in this qualifying session there. I do prefer the but we all do love a good old rubber donut, don't we? So Hog there just doing some donuts as well. I think that he deserves those donuts, doesn't he? He's had a very successful season, Hog has, hasn't he? In car 12 as well. As he's also he's getting onto the grass now as well. I don't think the Bahrainian marshals are going to be too impressed with that, are they? Look at that grass. That's absolutely beautifully cut, isn't it? Goodness me, it looks like it's off a golf course, doesn't it? I don't know much about golf, to be honest, then, as I'm pretty bad at it. I tried to play a Tiger Woods PGA, I think it was at 9 or 8 then. Goodness me. Less said about that the better, shall we say. If you thought I was bad on Formula 1, guys, gosh there. If anyone's ever watched my IRC races, then you realise why I'm up in the commentary box. But if you watched that and thought that was bad, you haven't seen my golfing swing, have you? Oh my word. So we got Hog then, who is just coming back to the pits. Well, you can see as he is, I think Hamilton crashed there quite heavily, didn't he? In 2008, I think it was, wasn't it? Or 7? It was, he had a big old smash there, didn't he, in one of the practice sessions. On board Gaz then, as Gaz in the McLaren then. Can he get himself a point then in the final stage of this season then? I think he can, to be honest, then tonight. Then Gaz there just needs to keep it clean and consistent, and he definitely will be in the will definitely be in the running for a point or two as well then. And as we're just watching Gaz then coming into, oh goodness me, he's got a bit wide there, Gaz has. So I think he's now trying to find the limits of that car there, and he is done. Oh goodness me there, as oh no, Gaz is off, he's in the wall, and then luckily then he didn't go to, oh my goodness me, there's a Ferrari off the circuit as well, and Maxi, oh my word there. Oh, it's pretty perilous out there, isn't it? Even if it is on a dry circuit. Gaz very lucky did not rip off the front right part of the car there. Otherwise, I think that would have been his day done as well. We've already lost 2 drivers in this session. We've lost to Gaz's teammate, New Life already, and I think this is only New Life's second Grand Prix start this season. And we have also lost T Sam as well. And this is actually T Sammy's 21st race start tonight then. But yeah, because I think he missed the race, didn't he? No, I apologise. I'm looking at the wrong column there. I need to get my Specsavers up. Yeah, and this is T Sammy's 22nd Grand Prix start tonight. Let's give a shout out, shall we, to all the drivers that have taken part into every single season, every single race this season. Fizzy has taken part in every single race this season. Fantastic. So has Rizzlestick said. Lovely stuff indeed there. Timmy would have done, but unfortunately he's not here tonight. Hog has done tonight. Brilliant stuff indeed. We've got both the Alpha Taris of Sprint and Matt. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And also got T Sam as well. So great stuff. Hats off to those drivers, and you don't see that in many other leagues, do you? So good, brilliant stuff indeed then. Very good attendance. I wish I had that kind of attendance in my school years. Anyway, the end of qualifying is Hog comes back into the pits and now he's going to be put on the dolly wheels and wheeled back in, and that's the end of qualifying 1 then. Of course, that was more of a practice session, wasn't it? A lot of these drivers have probably had practice already, so I think that was more of making sure they saved their tyres, because it's all about strategy, isn't it? In these days in Formula 1, all about these Pirelli tyres there. They could fall apart quite quickly, can't they, on you? As Maxi there is, I think you might need to go to Red Bull, because the Red Bull gives you wings, don't he? He hasn't got a wing on the front of that Ferrari at the moment then, as Maxi there, probably I think Matt said it on the driver draw driver draw on Friday, that Maxi probably threw that championship away. I think that might have been his to lose, wasn't it? Unfortunately, he has had a couple of 1 or 2 connections issues as well, hasn't he? Which I feel that to honestly, he's been so good this season, hasn't he? But you can't really argue with the points, can you? Because at the end of the day, really, that's what wins you the championship, doesn't it? Really, and you have to be there to score points, and T Sammy's definitely done that this season, but he's had a much harder time for this season, I think, and we've seen that T Sammy there really battling against Maxi and also Stee as well. And we've even seen a Sprint there also dip his toe into the winner's circle as well this season. Been great. Right, we're in qualifying 2 then. We've only got 13 we've only got 13 drivers, I should say, in qualifying 2. Goodness me, I can't even count. Yeah, of course, so we've lost the 2 Greek drivers, New Life out, and so is T Sam, and they've both been in the wall, been in the Armco barrier. That is it, then they're out of qualifying. So 13 cars then. Now we've had the fun. It's time to get into the competitiveness now of this race. Is competitiveness a word? It is now. And as out of the pits there comes one of the racing points. It's Mason then. Of course, he has been tipped for greatness, hasn't he, by a couple of drivers then. So it'd be by a couple of drivers in the IRC circle, hasn't he? So let's see. I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Because I think that this season was kind of more of a preparation season, wasn't it, for next season? As Mason there hopping over the curbs there. Of course, that was the infamous place where Gutierrez took off there, didn't he? With the launch pad of Maldonado, our good friend Pastor Maldonado. So Mason there coming out to turn 4 as well. We got Frank in 10. Here we go, evening show. Merry Christmas to you and all watching and participating. Thank you, Frank, there. And that is a very good point as well. I can't believe it's Christmas Eve this time next week. Goodness me. Happy Christmas to you, Frank. I hope you have a great New Year. I hope everyone watching has a great New Year. And I hope it's better than this year anyway. Goodness me. Yeah. I'm not even going to mention the year we've had this year, but hopefully it's a better year as well. But of course, I hope you also have a lovely Christmas as well. Then Happy New Year to you all as well. I'll probably forget to say that in the race as well because I'll get too excited and I sometimes do forget the pleasantries and stuff, man. Yeah, but thank you for that, Frank. Very much appreciated there, and all the drivers, which hopefully they'll be watching it back there. We'll also wish you a Merry Christmas as well. Then just got Mason there. He's on the medium tires then, so this is qualifying 2. Then we've already mentioned it, and this is the competitive part now of qualifying. We've had our fun, and here comes Mason now coming down as we got a Ferrari who is facing the wrong way, and it is actually the man who is second in the World Championship, and it's him and Steve come to blows. I'm not sure about that, but they're driving close to each other then. I'm not sure. Maybe they're exchanging pleasantries, perhaps. Then, and we've also got an AlphaTauri in there as well. We've got a bit of a conga line going on here at turn number 10 now. And I'm wondering then, I thought there would be there's a bit of formation flying here at the moment, isn't it? Good stuff there. But we're going to keep an eye on what Mason can do then, because Mason, there's no formation flying for Mason, is there? He is very much, oh, goodness me, down. He had a very good old wobble on down there, didn't he? Oh gosh, there, and, oh, good. Blimey, I think that Mason might have to go for a second run here there, because I think that definitely would have put a lot of drivers off as well then, as now he's on the DRS zone as well then, so he's carrying on then. Yellow flags there. The Ferrari of Maxi there is really strong at this stage, isn't he? He is not in the wall there. Very good stuff indeed there. That's a great save there. Lovely shot from Fizzy's over the shoulder. Oh, goodness me. Mason there is giving it all kinds of welly out there, isn't he? Gosh, and look at that commitment there through turn 12. That's the perilous turn on this circle, isn't it? It's turn 12, and I think I'm afraid that Ferrari would have spooked me, but I don't think it spooked Mason, did it? He is coming down the back straight as well then into turn 14 and 15 as well, and before getting on the power then, let's see what the racing point driver can do. That DRS said, look at that, he didn't even have to hear the beep then. He's at a 28.4. Remember, this is on the medium compound tyre, of course. Fizzy is on the soft compound tyre. We've got the second Mercedes of Val out as well. Val is going to come across the line now, where he's coming out of turn at 14/15. There's also a Gaz in the background as well. Val goes fast as well. Then where does Gaz go? Gaz goes into the 30s at the moment. He can go quicker than that, Gaz can, but I think he is just trying to get his feet under the table, isn't he? Fizzy there coming out of the front as well. DRS there from the Mercedes driver, and Fizzy goes top at the moment. He's on a 26.7 there from Fizzy. Good 17 there. So we got a yellow flag there as it's. Well, oh, lovely shot here from Maxi, by the way. That's a fantastic shot. I really appreciate that shot. I don't think I've ever seen that shot around. Oh, goodness me, then. And he is off in the facing the wrong way there. I was admiring that shot then, but unfortunately we had a bit of Ferrari debris there, so I think that we'll leave that shot for now then. Of course, if anyone who's just joined the stream, hello and welcome. Maxi is down in 13th position, so we've got T Sammy 15th. No, we haven't. We've got New Life 15th. Steve has gone second fastest road. Sprint has gone third fastest. Matt has gone fourth fastest. No, he hasn't, because Hog has gone fastest there, and he underlines then my point I mentioned earlier as well. And so good stuff, and I should it sounds like I actually know what I'm talking about there. Thank you for that, Hog. I appreciate that. Roscoe goes fifth fast as well now on the medium tire, of course. Rizzle Sticks then is currently in ninth position there, but yeah, I gotta say, we need to touch upon his amazing performance in Austria last time out. What a performance there from Rizzle Six there. My goodness me, this man was driving out of his skin there, wasn't he? He had an absolutely fantastic result in Austria. I think he finished 6th, didn't he? But he should have been on the podium. He could have been on the podium there. And he could have even won the race there. He was really giving, I think it was Roscoe, wasn't he? He was really giving Roscoe some food for thought, wasn't he? Because when Roscoe went by there, did we think that he might have just driven off into distance? Possibly, but Rizzlesticks did an absolutely fantastic performance there. His best drive of his IRC career, his best result as well, but I think that that is surely the start of things to come there for Rizzle. Really good stuff indeed. Of course, you do have tracks you like them, but and you do perform better at, but Rizzle didn't just perform better there, he absolutely excelled there, didn't he? And so I feel that when Rizzle Six definitely gets in the mode, doesn't he? I think he's can be virtually unstoppable, can he? Or he's definitely going to be a points contender for next season, isn't he? But yeah, that Australian Grand Prix performance was absolutely mega there. Really good 7D there for Rizzle Six there. Impressive stuff to say the least. And here comes Gaz. We're on board Gaz at the moment as he's taking a couple bites of cherry into turn 13 as well. PB is going to actually, I think this is going to be his highest qualifying performance there from PB, so good stuff indeed there from the Haas driver then. So we got yellow flags. There's a bit of shenanigans going on down here, and there's a lot of coasting home at the moment, isn't there, out there? We got Fizzy and Hog as well. I'm not sure by the sounds of it that these guys haven't been talking to each other for a week, have they? Goodness me, they just seem to be waving each other there. I know there's social distance and all that kind of stuff, but I'm sure that you're still allowed to talk into the chat, lads. So we're just watching Penny there coming down into turn 15 as well, and so Penny is on the medium tire as well, and let's see what Penny can do then. He goes 10 fast at the road, and that's kind of in the danger zone then, but he is 1.2 seconds in front of Gaz at the moment in 11th position. And PB12 and Maxi out qualifying at the moment then. Rizzlesticks there is 8 seconds away, I should say, then, as he is cruising. And back to the pits as well then. 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session. As I think that well then Gaz there, I feel that Gaz there gets on the net with another set of soft tires. He can potentially break into qualifying free. So I think that Penny would not be too happy with that though, would he? Of course, as Penny would like to think that that's his qualifying effort done then on those medium tires as well then. Let's take a look at the medium tire, shall we? So the best times then that have been set on these, those are the best times that they've been set, and those are how they're going to start the start the race, I should say then, if I get my teeth back in. It's Hog who's on the soft tires. We've got Fizzy on the soft tires as well. Medium tires for Steve, Sprint and Roscoe. We have got soft tires for Val, and we got medium tires for Matt Mason, Rizzle and Penny as well. We got Gaz at the moment who's out qualifying then, but he's on the soft tires. PB, who I don't even think he's in the garage at the moment, and I think that he must have been distracted in the driver's room possibly, and he might be getting out the old newspaper perhaps then. I don't think, does anyone actually read newspapers anymore, or is it all on like mobile devices then? I used to buy the Sun quite religiously, really, back in the good old days. I just used to get very excited then of reading the Sun on the back pages. Yeah, good stuff, man. Which none of you really care about, but there you go then. But there's a lovely story I shared with you anyway. Mason's back out on circuit one, and now he's on the soft tires, and Mason is. Let's go on board then with the Racing Point drivers one. Look at this, as he is going up to 207 miles an hour. Incredible. Braking down to turn 1 and into third gear, and then now then he accelerates turn 4, turn 2, then it's kind of nothing really, some more of an acceleration zone, and then through turn 3 as well, building up the hill as well, then into turn 4. This is can be off camera, but this corner widens at the exit, doesn't it? It's incredible, that corner, as you can take so many different lines out. That's why it's a great place for overtaking, isn't it? And now then through the middle part of the circuit as well, then, and into the downhill braking point of turn 8. Lovely stuff indeed. I love that shot, by the way. Look at that, it's fantastic, isn't it? The floodlights here in Bahrain have really taken effect here in the night sky, haven't they? In Sakia, then Mason get a bit too deep down in turn 10 then, but DRS right on the minute there from Mason then, as I think he probably feels it's probably better to start on the soft compound tires then, perhaps. That would give him a better launch there, going off the grid though, won't it? Of course, rather than the medium tires, but the medium tires will not degrade as much then, so Oh my goodness me, he's in the wall! And that's a big smash there from Mason, and he is out of qualifying! Oh goodness me, he was pushing too hard, the Racing Point driver was, and he is out! And that is a big blow indeed. That he is technically still in qualifying then, so it could be a top 9 shootout rather than a top 10. Goodness gracious me then. And oh gosh there. And Mason's ripped off the tyre there. That's quite luckily the Terror's doing an absolutely superlative job there. Oh dear, oh dear. Gaz there is just on a lap at the moment, and he is in the second part of the circuit as well, and he flicks down into 9 and 10 as well then. Mason out qualifying then, but he's still in the top 10. Someone has to beat that time there. Can Gaz do it then? What has he got to muster up in this McLaren? We've also got Matt, who's out on a fresh set of medium tyres, I think, even though it looks like he's done one lap on those medium tyres, right? Unless he's starting his lap, actually. He might be starting his lap then. He has indeed then. We've also got Val out also having a good old look as well then. And as Frank said, I did the same, Sean, looking through the picture of Damon Hill through the 96 season and seeing his name above Michael Schumacher in the race results set. And I got to say, that was very nice to read, was that, especially after the difficult 95 season he had there from Damon Hill. And unfortunately, that kind of contributed to his sacking by the sounds of some of the stories you read there. Gaz has improved quite dramatically on that lap then, so there's a lot of time in this McLaren now. What can Gaz keep this momentum going then? Going into turn 1 then. Val's also 3/10 of a second up as well, isn't he, as he's coming into 14 and 15 as well then in the Mercedes as well then. Good stuff indeed then. Val's been impressive, hasn't he, since debuted earlier on this season. He's gone 5th fast at the moment, and he is is that through? That should be through into qualify as well then. Matt is cruising back to the pits as well. Yeah, I think that 96 season was brilliant, wasn't it, for Damon Hill then, and of course that 95 season kind of contributed to a sack as well, and that's where Williams got in behind Howard, for instance, as well, as Hill decided to surprise everyone and go to the Arrows team, didn't they? The Arrows Yamaha, which I think that was the last season that the Yamaha engines were involved in Formula 1, wasn't it? Because I think Arrows went to building their own engines in 2008 and 1998, didn't they? I quite liked the Black Arrows car. I thought it was a beautiful car. I really did there, with in the hands of Mika Salo and Pedro Diniz there, of course. I don't know what, I got a soft spot for Pedro Diniz. I quite like the young the Brazilian there. He was an alright driver, wasn't he? He did have flashes of brilliance every now and again, didn't he, Pedro Diniz? But we're on board then with Gaz, but of course I think he was quite famous for being a paid driver, wasn't he? Which is quite a big topic of discussion at the moment, isn't it, with Mazepin driving in the Haas, isn't he? And I don't think he's really endeared himself to many F1 fans with his shenanigans in the Bahrain Grand Prix on the Saturday, featured Bahrain Grand Prix on Saturday, and then unfortunately some unsavoury scenes as well on social media, which also hasn't helped his cause either, has it, really, for Mazepin? So I think that we got a new it used to be Lance Stroll we used to dislike. I think we got a new driver now to dislike, haven't we, Mazepin? But having said that, Lance Stroll there, of course, we just he was a paid driver, but by the sounds of this Mazepin fellow, he's not a very nice gentleman, is he, to say that then. Gaz then has got a license to thrill the moment, as he's 007 up in the first sector. Oh my goodness me, he's got him very deep there, hasn't he? Before accelerating away then into 9 and 10 as well. He's got Mercedes just cruising back to the pits as well, then going down the drag strip then. I think there's a drag strip on the right hand side, isn't it, from what Damon Hill was saying on his track walk on Friday night, I think it was, or Saturday, I can't remember what it was, but I just remember Damon Hill standing just in front of where Gas was pointing before going up the hill, wasn't he, in the one of the old practice sessions, wasn't he? So this is unfortunate where Mason retired, and look at that, look how close Gaz is from maybe knocking out Penny, but he's gone a bit wide there, hasn't he? Has he got time for one more run? He has time, but does he have the fuel? I don't think he does he? As he is he's as light as a feather now, Gaz is, isn't he? I wish I was as light as a feather, but I don't think Gaz would like to be as light as a feather at the moment, because he probably needs one more lap then. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case, and he is coming into the pits there in that Schumacher helmet, and he is out of qualifying then. I think that's a 95 Schumacher helmet, isn't it, really? As Gaz comes in the pits, and he is out of qualifying. It's such a shame then for Gaz then. But he's 11th on the grid then, and that is a potentially a winning formula to be, isn't it? 11th on the grid, and of course you are in the carbon fibre zone, as for some reason I got a cloud on my Phoning, oh dear, what's that for? Oh, it's okay. It's just my weather forecast for tomorrow, which it looks like it's going to be raining then. So it looks like I'm going to have to get me old Mac out, ain't I? Good gosh. Right then, it's that is the end of qualifying then. No cars are out on track then as we go into qualifying 3. It's going to be a top 9 shootout, but it looks there with Mason crashing heavily into the Armco there, which is such a shame then. Turn 12. That is going to be the hot topic, isn't it, for the race on field then? Can the drivers navigating themselves through turn number 12, as I just mentioned now. Medium tires for everyone out there apart from Hog and Fizzy, so everyone is leaning towards the soft tires then, which is everyone leaning towards the medium tires, and so that's more the strategical element now of this race, and good stuff indeed. We got Hog and Fizzy who are going on the soft tire. They're going to have an advantage off the start line, but they will have to pit earlier. What about strategy and things like that? Well, once again, if anyone knows this broadcast, I have no idea about strategy. Which really I should know, shouldn't I? I mean, I think I've commentated on IRC now for since season 5, so you would think I'd know the strategy, wouldn't you? But I don't. It could be a 1-stop, I suppose. It could be a 2-stop. Could it be a 3? I doubt it. And if anyone tries a 4-stop, then they must have Ross Brawn. Right, as we're going into qualifying 3 as well. Steve has just said, good evening, beautiful ginger man then. I wish I was described as a man, but I think I'm more of a guy at the moment then, as I don't think I've matured enough into become a man just yet. Right, we're 10 seconds into qualifying 3 then. There's only 9 cars in this shootout then, and for the final time then, we are going to get a qualifying session in IRC now. I'm quite emotional about this, to be honest. Final time in 2020, goodness me. The only problem I have about commentating on IRC these days is it makes the years go by too quick, because it's once a week. It's like, that's once a night, it's fine, isn't it? But goodness me, you're like, it just keeps coming around, don't it? It's absolutely great stuff indeed. That only problem is though that it's that old enemy called time, isn't it? Really, and you just get older and older as the years go on, really, don't you? But there you go. That's a well, that's a discussion for another day, isn't it? But when you do watch the old, some of the old videos back as well, I think I watched the 2000 Australian Grand Prix the other day. Goodness me, Jenson Button, wow, he looked so young there, didn't he? Good gosh, it's quite incredible, really, isn't it? How you just look back and see how the drivers have like grown up in kind of things, isn't it? It's really good stuff indeed there. I remember getting very excited about Jenson Button's debut there. Unfortunately, his qualifying session didn't go too well, did it? I think he qualified 21st, but he had a very good race, I think, until his engine expired, didn't it? Down in the Brundle turn, if I'm not very much mistaken. Something along those lines. It's funny how you remember random things, isn't it? But unfortunately, I only remember like bad things about the Brits, because I do love Formula 1 now, and of course I think I got to say I do prefer watching a great race rather than my favourite driver winning, for example. But of course, you would. But I do try and always support the Brits as much as possible there. Of course, being British, but there's other drivers that like come through where you just got to like stand back and just be an awe, can't you? Really, like Michael Schumacher, for example. I got to say sometimes his shenanigans did really get me very much hot under the collar, like his Monaco parking antics in the 2006 qualifying session. I look back and it's quite funny now, isn't it? But I remember being quite irate at that one as well. Also, where him and Hill came a bit too close together in the 1994 Australian Grand Prix as well, and also where he decided to turn it on Jacques Villeneuve as well, as Villeneuve was all over, wasn't he, in Jerez as well. But of course, he is a 7-time world champion, isn't he? And he got those brilliant geniuses around him as well, didn't he? Ross Brawn, Jean Todt, and all that. That was a super Ferrari, wasn't it? It was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Looking back on it, probably wasn't the most enjoyable race in Formula 1 history, was it? But looking back on it, it was quite a privilege to watch the races there. I thought it was absolutely fantastic stuff indeed, wasn't it? Anyway then, as much as I love talking about yesteryear of Formula 1, let's talk about the here and now, shall we? And Steve then is on and up at the moment. It looks quite calm from outside the cockpit, but I think that this is going to be more of a banker lap for Steve, isn't it? He's done a 4 in the intermediate split time as well. Gareth said, evening Sean, hope you have a Merry Crimbo and see you next year for the for the year of the Haas set. Yes, as Gaza said, then he is in the Haas car. He's in this car right here then, which is delivered Steve to currently third in the championship, kind of getting runner-up, or maybe Eve kind of getting runner-up then. Well, currently he is fast at the moment. Steve has been on pole position there 6 times this season, I should say that. So Steve's got a very good pole rate, hasn't he? Matt is second fastest at the moment now. He is about 8/10 of a second away at the moment from see, we've got Sprint now coming over the line. Sprint is second fastest at the moment now, getting quite quick at the moment, but they are still not in the 25s, are they? Here's the two Mercedes there, line on Stern as well. See, he's going for his 7th pole position of the season, and of course that is going to be his personal best in his RC career. He is Val is 4th position. Fizzy is only 5th fastest. I was expecting Fizzy to be a bit higher than that then. Roscoe is a penny going very wide. Thank goodness me, he was off to Abu Dhabi already. As Steve coming down the Penny coming down the back straight as well. Now into turn 14 and 15 as well in the racing point as well, which would be Aston Martin for IRC season 10, not season 9 of course, because we have another season on the F1 2020 game, don't we? Good stuff. Roscoe coming into the final part of the course as well. Let's see then. Roscoe's not in a pole position this season. Can he do it tonight then? Can he snatch it off Steve? At the moment, no, Steve is on a different part of the world. Then he is currently in the 25s, and Roscoe is 5th fast at the moment. Then yellow flags is fluttering in the breeze as well. Hogg is still in the pits, and he emerges out the pits as well in the Renault. Good stuff. Halfway through this qualifying session as well, then there's a Russell 6 that is building up over the crest of the hill then before breaking into turn 9 as well. I love that shot, by the way, fantastic, isn't it? Remember Russell 6 there. I think the second part of the season has been really good, and since scoring his first points, I think he scored his first points at the Azerbaijan, Baku, didn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. Oh, I am very much in Azerbaijan, yeah, and did. And I think since then it's really given a lot of confidence, hasn't it, in the car? And of course, I think in qualifying as well, he was very much near enough in qualifying 3 a lot of the time, wasn't he? Rizzo 6 was, and he's now starting to really pull it together, isn't he? Good stuff for the Ferrari driver as well. Then as he is coming down the back straight as well. Look, there's a yellow flags in the coming into turn 12 and 13. That's just where Rizzo 6 is entering now. But there's the green LED board signaling that it's all fine and daddy in front then. And he's done a 05 in the second sector as well for Rizzo 6. And of course, Steve was in the 04, wasn't he? And I was saying that was probably a banker lap for Steve. I think the drivers might think that hopefully it's not the case then. Now then, is that Rizzo 6 coming into the final turn as well then. Accelerating away then. Let's see what Rizzo 6 can do then. He is out of the final turn then, and Rizzo 6 goes 7 fast at the moment on a 27-1 at 9. He's 2/10 second away from Fizzy, who is 6th fastest at this moment in time then. Hogg has just started something in car 12. Let's go on board the Renault driver then. Of course, Renault also changed their name as well. Of course, that racing point is going to be the Aston Martin from 2021. Renault going to be Alpine, or is it Alpine? I think it's Alpine, isn't it, for next season when the blue car comes back in then for the Renault. As I think that's more their sporty brand, isn't it, from what Ted Crouch was saying, wasn't it? So yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? Oh, it's Hogg there. Hogg's back end of stepping out as well. So yeah, they're going more to the blue. I think it's blue and white, isn't it? The Alpine brand is Alpine brand is, I should say then. So yeah, that should be good, shouldn't it? And of course, Fernando Alonso going back into the blue overalls as well. It's a bit of a flash from the past, isn't it? I'm loving that. That's fantastic, isn't it? Of course, the double world champion then, and Alonso when he was driving his 2005 championship winning Renault there on Abu Dhabi. Goodness me, on a Saturday night. Wow. On Friday as well, and that was absolutely amazing, wasn't it, to hear that V10 roaring around Abu Dhabi. Brilliant stuff indeed then. On board of Hogg then, he's got a bit wide then, and oh goodness me, get on the accelerator on the curve then. That was a bit dangerous then, and look at this then. Oh, he's gone very wide there, but he's okay then. He's in the 05 as well then, same as Rizzo 6 said. So that is his target time of 27-1 then. Can he get in front of Rizzo 6 for 7th on the grid then? Yellow flag is just in front of him as it is the Ferrari of Rizzo 6 coming back in the pits, and 4.5 minutes to go in this session. Hogg there is slightly beyond the 8 ball, so to speak, isn't he? Because he is he's come out slightly late then. He might only get 1 and done here, but that's a good time. He's in 6th fast and he's on the 3rd row of the grid then in the Renault. Good stuff indeed then for Hogg then. He is not here for the end of season party, is he? Hogg is that he is here to get some more points then for the Renault team and to add on to his best season IRC to date. Good stuff indeed there for Hogg then. And I think he's going for another time run as well then, as he is very light on fuel, Hog is then, but he's using the momentum as well. And let's see his first split time. It is currently 7/10 second down then, so I think he'll be abandoning this lap then, and so I'm speaking absolute rubbish then. Val then is now starting this lap as well. We've got two Alpha Tauris, we've got a Mercedes out in front as well, so I'm hoping that might be a bit far in front then for him to catch up with them, but of course they're going to be on outlaps, aren't they? It's a lovely shot there from the cockpit cam. I love that then. Yeah, the two Alpha Tauris just going into turn one, isn't it? So hopefully he doesn't catch him, or if he does catch him, they should move out of the way then. And Val then is hacksaw away at turn 1, 2, and going through 3 as well then. Look at this then, and wow, look at that then as he climbs up the hill then. Oh gosh, then, and he's in fourth position, Val. Oh goodness me, then, as he went a bit too wide there, doesn't he? Of course, if you go too wide, then that can really catch right. He's 3/10 of a second down. That's cost him majorly, hasn't it? And I'm wondering then, is he? He's also gone a bit wide there as well. I think he's adjusting something in the car, wasn't he? Val was. I'm wondering then if he might be backing off here. It looks like he has backed off then, and Val is going to go for another bite of the cherry as well now then. So Penny's on an outlap of the world. Let's see what Penny can do then. So Penny then has done his preparation, and he's got those tires into the correct window. The car is now at the perfect condition then for a qualifying lap then. Let's see what Penny can do then in the Racing Point. So at the moment then it's Racing Point on the 5th row. Then Mason is 10th then. He has not participated in this qualifying session after having a big smash there in qualifying 2 at turn 12, unfortunately then, which is cost him a chance of going for pole position in qualifying 3 at the moment. Having said that, I think that Steve has got that quite locked down at the moment, hasn't he? Petty climbing up the hill as well then before coming into turn 4. Lovely shot here. Look at that then, as the car is just turning absolutely beautifully as well. Penny's first split time then, as it's 10th of a second up, or 10th and a half I should say up then, the first split as well. And I've seen a flash of red there. Oh, it's the Ferrari there of Rizzle Six there just in front of us as well. Oh, Penny's gone wide then, and oh goodness me, taking a bit too much of the exit curb, but he's going to be keeping on it there because he's having a good he's had a good first sector, hasn't he? So that shouldn't lose him too much time. And DRS then on the back straight as well, then for the Racing Point driver. And just coming out then is now turn 10 and 11 then. And here we go as well. Lovely stuff indeed. I think it's 11 and 12 actually, I should say. Then my apologies. Now we're into turn 12 as well. Then there's that Ferrari then. Is that dirty air going to cost Steve then? Not quite any drives. He goes a bit wider. He's a second and a half up then. It's a much better time for Steve. And that is going to put Rizzle Sticks and Fizzy going to get him a bit sweaty, I think a bit hot under the collar, isn't he? As Penny is coming into the final part of the course as well, accelerating on. Is he going to use Rizzle Sticks as a bit of slipstream? He might be able to here, and DRS and Penny goes into 7th fast as well, and just a whisker away then from Hog, but he is in front of Fizzy at the moment. Fizzy is coming out of the final turn and he's 4/10 of a second up. Fizzy is in the second sector. Fizzy jumps up to 4th fast. Is a good time there from Fizzy. Really good 17 there. Sprint is coming on the line there. Sprint is second fastest. Matt is second fastest now then, as he has displaced his teammate. Goodness me, they're coming over the line quite quickly here. Val is 3/10 of a second up. That is in the ballpark of Sprint, and he might be able to get onto the second row here. I think he will actually. He's going to displace his teammate. He does. He is having a 4th. Good time for Val then, as he is very much is doing a very impressive performance here. Then Hog has got out as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Hog there. That is really that's very much tongue-in-cheek by myself there, as I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? Rizzle Sticks there coming down the back straight as well. He's in the 27 ones then. He was close to getting to the 26s last time up. There is a couple of tenths in this car, I believe, from Rizzle Sticks in the Ferrari. The sole remaining Ferrari then at the moment. Then Steve is currently on pole position there. No one has challenged him as such, have they? They are still 4/10 of a second away from Steve at the moment. So Roscoe's in the pits and he is done, and he's having an early shower. Roscoe is in the Red Bull, unfortunately. I know that's a big shame there for Roscoe, because I was hoping he'd have one more bite of the cherry. Rizzle Sticks there coming after the final turn as well, into 15 away as well then. And Rizzle Sticks there is improved just under a 10th of a second there. He stays at 9th fastest in the Ferrari, and that's his session done. Dustin Petty in 8th position there. Good performance out from Petty. What about Fizzy? Fizzy is cruising back into the pits as well. We've also got the two Alpha Tauris as well then, so we're on board with Matt and Sprint as well then. So they have finished their times. So Matt is second on the grid then. Brilliant 17th there from Matt, and Sprint is third fastest up. What about Steve there? Steve is just on on board with Steed, and let's see what he can do then as he is coming into the final part of the turn as well. There's sprint going all the way there. There's Matt there is just going right off the track as well. And here comes Steed, and as he comes out of the final corner, and see it's gone faster still. Then what a performance there from Steed, as we're just seeing a couple of donuts. A lovely shot here from the AlphaTauri as well, and we got the other AlphaTauri just doing a bit of donuts and to just celebrate their constructor. I think Sprint has found a bit of a gravel there, as they don't usually go that too far out, do they? But yeah, Matt and Sprint there just enjoying themselves while Sprint has been disqualified for driving the wrong way, as oh dear. But I think that's just a celebration there for the AlphaTauri, who've been absolutely fantastic this season, haven't they? Of course, they've been the Constructors World Champions, and I've already mentioned then earlier on the broadcast that's how good the AlphaTauri team have been this season, haven't they? I think they've been the best driver pair in possibly of the IRC history. That's quite a big statement to make, isn't it? Of course, we're coming up to the end of the 8th season now, so it is a big statement to make, isn't it? So I'll have to troll back through the archives then, but in my opinion then, humble opinion as well, they have been absolutely amazing this season in there. But at the end of that then, it is Steve who's on pole position as well. So Steve has been on pole position then for the last 4 events. We had no qualifying in Austria, did we? But yeah, so he's been on pole position in Italy, Mexico, and Canada, and of course here tonight in Bahrain as well. Brilliant 17th then. That takes his total for qualifying to 7 this season. Great 17th there for Steve, and very impressive stuff indeed then. And he's gone into 25 at 3 recurring. So Steve's on pole position then for the 7th time this season. Matt is second with in third position is Matt is in second position now. In third position is Val. So he has been propelled up. So both Mercedes are up in the third and fourth there. Sprint has been disqualified from the session there. As I was a bit blasé about it. Maybe I should have been, because Sprint has been disqualified. He has been relegated, dropped down to 9th. Then goodness me. And Sprint is going to be regretting that then of. Looks like those donuts have gone horribly wrong then for the AlphaTauri. Well, I say horribly wrong then. The AlphaTauri for the constructors. However, Sprint wants to win the battle for second and third and fourth in the driver standards. He's currently 4th in the driver standards. He wants to finish third or better, so he can go to the IRC Gala at the end of the season then. And here we go then for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix as well, as I've got a lot of PS5 stock and notifications coming up there, but unfortunately I'm not in America, so yeah, I don't know why I've signed up for that then. Unfortunately I don't think I'm getting a PS5 this side of Christmas, which is a big shame, but that's alright. I've got myself a lovely new dressing gown, so I'm really looking forward to that. Right, as we're going to start then the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is coming up in just about 20 seconds or so, which gives me a good opportunity there to finish off my Ribena. Oh my word, Maxi has left the session, and that's not good at all then for Maxi. He needs to get back in pronto. Of course, that's what cost him the driver standing, driver championship, possibly. Might be a bit unfair to say that on T Sammy, in my opinion, because well, it is what I've just said it, so, you know, I'm really contradicting myself there, aren't I? But I feel that he can't, as much as Maxi's issues has cost him the title, T Sammy had to be in it to win it, didn't he? Yana said evening short. Hello, Jan, I hope you're well. And Maxi is back at the session as well, and of course, happy Christmas to you, Jan, and of course, I hope you enjoy the race, and I hope RC puts on a good show for all you guys there watching the stream as well, as it's certainly put on a good show for me so far, because I've been waffling away about all kinds of absolute nonsense in qualifying. But here we go then, we've got 15 cars there for the race tonight, and as it seems to and I think a lot of drivers there have hit a bit of the bubbly, haven't they? And I've been unfortunately unable to race it. Right, on pole position now for the 7th time this season, it's Steve's on the medium tyres. Matt is on the medium tyres in 2nd position. Val is on the medium tyres. He is in 3rd. Val's best qualifying performance to date. 4th position is Fizzy, soft tyres. Hog is on soft tyres as well. Watch those two fly off the starting grid then. Roscoe's in 5th position as well then. 6th position is Penny. Great performance there from Penny. Rizzle Sticks is in 8th position there. Sprint then getting disqualified. He is down in the mid-pack now. He's in 9th position in the AlphaTauri. 10 finishing is Mason as well. All those drivers had to start on the tires because they set the fastest time in qualified too. Outside is Gaz. He is on the medium tires, and Gaz is in 11th position. That's his highest qualifying for as well. Good 17 there. In the 12th position now is PB. He's elected for the hard tires, so PB is expected a very long stint there as well. Max is a bit of a ghost at the moment, but he's in 13th. He's on the soft tires, so I'm not sure if he would have wanted to pick those then. T. Sammy, the world champion, in 14th position, and he is on the hard tires along with New Life, and 15th position as well. And New Life has already scored points this season. He got 5th position in the Singapore race, didn't he, for the McLaren team as well then. So New Life has been disqualified. So yeah, New Life has already scored points this season, and so a couple more points then could be under his belt as well then for New Life and for the McLaren team as well. McLaren are, if I'm not very much mistaken, they're in that mammoth scrap there between themselves, Red Bull and Mercedes, for 5th in the Constructors' Championships, and I'm sure that they're all very keen to get that 5th spot there. Well, maybe I'm just keen then to see who gets it then, but I think they will be. Of course they will be, won't they? Of course IRC did drop the Constructors' Championship for one season, didn't they, before it returned at the end of last season, didn't it? I think, yeah, returned for season 7, didn't it? Which is good, wasn't it? Because I quite like the Constructors there. It just shows teamwork, and it underlines this season with AlphaTauri, doesn't it? And really just underlines how good teammates can be. We're on lap 2 already somehow or another then, but the time is just flying past me, isn't it? Right, so let me get up the old position change as well then. The lights are on then. 3, we have 4, we have 5, there's a pause, and we are going Bahrain. Let's go for one more time then. There's a lot of wheel spin there for Steve off the line, and then he instantly covers Matt off then, going into turn 1 then. And Hogg is already up in the 4th position as well. And look at this, and Matt is going up the inside there, but Steve has repelled the attack. Lovely stuff indeed there. But now Val is on the inside there. Matt has gone off the course there, and he is back into 2nd position there. They come up the hill as well, and there's a Haas right off the circuit there in the background there. And I think that PB's had some issues there, and Matt is trying to repel Val once again. And the soft shot runners of Fizzy and Hogg didn't make up too many positions, did they? And we got Gaz there, and we've got yellow flags in the background. What's happened there? And Penny is having a appalling start. He's dropped down 8 positions as well. Rizzles is also going off the circuit as well in the Ferrari. There has been there's a PB's outside at the inside as well. We've got Maxi. Maxi's up in the 5th. My goodness me, Maxi has just flown through the field. Then he's up 8 positions there. And where's Hogg going? Oh no, that's a Mercedes. That's Fizzy off there. Fizzy is off there in the in turn 10. He's coming back on the circuit. Oh no, Fizzy has dropped down 8 positions there. Max is up 9 positions in 10 turns. My goodness me, there. And Mason there is on the outside. Then he's going to be forced off the circuit there. 9 positions. Maxi is up then in 10 turns. Wow, that is absolutely phenomenal stuff there. T. Tommy is also at 5 positions as well. He's got past Gaz. Gaz is currently in the points then. New Life is in at 11th position then as it stands at the moment then. And look at this then. And he's having a look up the inside then. Max is, and Maxi has got a point to prove there. A lovely new helmet there from Max as well. We're on board with it as he is now going on the inside then of Val, and he is breezing through this field at the moment. He's on the soft tyres, of course. Max is going for a very attacking strategy, isn't he? See us at the fast side of the race, and DRS has apparently enabled it, but we're only on lap 2, everyone then. So hold your horses, FIA. We haven't got into this race just yet properly. And Max is now currently in a third position. He's had a fantastic start, I think. Next target is Matt, and the target after that is Steve as well. Steve there is on course then currently for that third position, but not for second there, because Maxi there really wants to hold on to that second in the World Championship. I think he finished 4th last season, Maxi did, didn't he? So, I think he would like to at least finish second then of what has been a very successful season, but he probably would have wanted more, wouldn't he? He's now all over the gearbox of that AlphaTauri, isn't he? And look at this, and Matt there is just parked this car in the middle of the course then. Fizzy is dropped right down to 11th position. Riddle 6 and Petty also having some appalling starts as well. New Life is now in 10th position then, so he's in the points then on those hard tyres. The 2 hard shot runners of T. Sammy and New Life, they're going a long way in this race at the moment. Then there's Max there is all over the back of that AlphaTauri there. And goodness me then, and Matt's going to have to very much put his defensive skills to the test here tonight, and they can look at Maxi. He's all over him, and he's all over him like a bad suit then, so going to turn 13. So I try to go up and under. No dice at the moment there from Maxi. So look at this, he's looking on the inside there, and Fizzy's dropped down the order. Fizzy's having some issues there. He is off at turn 15, and Maxi's on the inside. Fizzy's recovering. He's got no damage there, but he's on the pulling start. Fizzy has, he's dropped from 4th all the way down to 15 as well, but look, Matt then, who's not using DRS then, but he's got a very slippery car, hasn't he? That might be the slipstream effect there on that Alpha Tower then, but he's dropped down in second position. Maxi has come from 13th on the grid there, as Roscoe is 5 past Val, and now then look at that then, as he's come across then, so Roscoe also in the 4th position as well. Roscoe's racecraft is a lot better in its qualifying performances, isn't it, for Roscoe? He is now in 4th position as Val. Go down and look, not quite then, there's Roscoe has the high ground as well then. We've got 29 laps around the around this Bahrain International Circuit then, so there's a lot more action to go there. Fizzy having a nightmare then, he's down now 3 seconds behind at PB in his final race of the season, and he needs a point at least and to get in front of Timmy. Timmy's in front of him at the moment and on count back, isn't he, at the moment now, so he needs to at least score a point there. Max is now all over the back then to see then, so Maxi 13th from the grid, he is second after lap 3, after lap 2, my goodness me then, he's done a very good start to this race, isn't he, Max? He's impressive stuff indeed then. I wonder if he did want to start on those soft tires actually, because that's actually worked like a dream then, and absolutely fantastic stuff. The world champion T Sammy, the double world champion, I should say, goodness me, I'm starting the man short. The double world champion T Sammy there on the back of a sprint now, sprint getting the score from qualifying. Otherwise, he would probably be involved in this battle as well, or just behind Matt and or just in between Matt and Roscoe perhaps. But unfortunately, he's down 8th position about there. Mason also doing a very good job in 7th position in that racing point as well. Hogging a very strong 6th position there. Look at this, and Maxi is now, look at that, he's on soft tires there. He is flying and he has got past, and see is trying to give him a squeeze then, but it might be too late there. Maxi up the inside track position there, and he is through then. But look, Steve is trying to go back on the outside there, but Maxi slams the door shut then on the Haas car, and away he goes there as well. Look in the background, there is the Haas, and sorry, it wasn't, it was the Alpha Tauri, and oh my goodness me then, and look at that, and naturalism T Sammy that is alongside him. Mason T Sammy is on the hard shot, Pirelli's there, he's out the outside. Great manoeuvre there from T Sammy. He is through and in 8th position there. Good stuff. Mason dropping down to 9th, and he's unfortunately that's a double blow there for Mason. He has gone from 7th to 9th then in the couple of corners right. So let's see what Max can do now. He's already almost out of DRS range. He is about 0.2 of a second away from being out of DRS range. Goodness me. I've got to say, the man's on the mission tonight, isn't he? After the great disappointment of that double header last week then, wasn't it? Of course then, if he didn't have connection issues then, I feel that the championship would not have been done and dusted. But of course, if buts and maybes there, and of course as of course the saying goes, and butts are for ashtrays, aren't they? We're just on board with a T7 on it, and he is now coming up to he's on the back of Sprint. Now Sprint is not going to be an easy car to pass, because I think Sprint has been absolutely legendary this season. I think he's been amazing. Really, I think the Monaco Grand Prix won the moment of the year. Oh goodness me, I've just spoiled the awards there, but Monaco, the Monaco called sprints and Matt's incredible performance in Monaco got moments of the year, didn't it? Of course, if you want to know any of the awards, then go to IRC's Facebook page there, and you can see the driver lineup, the race lineup for next season as well, the calendar I should say, and also we'll come back to that in a minute then, because T Sammy's out the inside. New Life has got past Mason as well on the outside for car 2, and of course Stoffel Van Dorn is used to use the number 2 there, but goodness me, New Life has put it to much better use than Van Dorn. But Mason's not having any of that there. He's trying to come back at him, going up into turn 4. Oh my word there, and New Life slams the door shut there on the toes of the racing point driver there. Oh my word, that was a brutal chop there. But New Life is now through and up into 9th position as well. Good something did there for New Life, as we've already mentioned. I think this is 4th or 5th Grand Prix in IRC, and in this league, they're not in the IRC as a total now, because of course he was an elite driver, wasn't he, for a number of races as well. I'm sure he drove the McLaren there as well, perhaps. And I think he just I think he's linked with the McLaren, isn't it? Roscoe seems so. Remember, Roscoe was quite synonymous with the McLaren, wasn't he, in his early stages of his career? But I think the New Life might be trying to steal that tag, and he's 9th position at the moment there in the McLaren, and good stuff indeed there. And look at these two cars that, well, I say it's a two cars that is Val, Hogg, and T Sammy then, as they're all starting to condense on each other now, aren't they? Because Hogg is now really starting to find his feet on those soft tires, doesn't he? Maxi's storming through the field. There's 1 point, was 1.5 seconds in front of Steve in second position there. I gotta say, I think he is definitely fully focused tonight. Maxi is, isn't he? And he is starting to pull away. He's almost 2 seconds in front, and into the pits then comes our first scheduled stop, first scheduled runner. I think that's the first pit stop as well. Very clean and precise in the opening stages then. And now Val is dropped behind it. T-Sammy is up into 5th position now. T-Sammy is really impressive. Max is flowing through the field then, but so is T-Sammy and New Life as well as he's coming out of the pits. And there's Fizzy dropping right down the order. He's down in 40. Oh my goodness me! And just like I said, it's been clean and precise. Gaz and Penny. It looks like they have got a bit too close for comfort into turn 1 there, haven't they? Penny has got his full wing then. Unfortunately, I can't say the same now for Gaz. He has damaged the plate there, and that's not what McLaren needs at this point. There's a lovely shot here from the helicams. We're watching Fizzy, who's on the soft tyres, and PB is going for the long game as well. He is on those hard Pirelli tyres at the moment there, isn't he? As he drops down the hill as well. Look, I love that shot, by the way. That's fantastic, isn't it? Beautiful indeed, that. And I think that PB then is doing a good job at the moment. Val is dropping down now into 7th position, and as Val's paces seem to be dropping off at the moment. And same with Maxi, actually. You can see he's now starting to stabilise the gap, hasn't he? Val's great qualifying performance there, but at the moment it looks like he's starting to struggle on those tyres then. I wonder if he's overheated the tyres perhaps. And look at that, he's gone wide as well there. I'm not sure then if Val has overcooked those tyres perhaps, and of course these are Pirelli tyres there. They are a very interesting tyre, aren't they? It seems to be very difficult to get them in the operating window, don't they? From what you hear from the drivers, and drivers are not too happy about next season's Pirelli rubber either. But unfortunately, you got kind of like a little lump it, really, don't you? Look at this, there's Fizzy's up the inside, passes PB, and now to 13th position. He's having a bit of a miserable race, Fizzy is at the moment, but can he find his feet there and come back in there? He's doing a lot of harvesting on that back straight. How can we tell there? Because that rear wing there, that red light is flashing, isn't it? PB there, I don't think he's going to go for a lunge, is he, into turn 1? Not quite then, as we just got Gaz, who was I'm sure I've seen someone in the pits then, but perhaps I didn't, and I think I'm just dreaming now. I think I am then. Going back then to this battle here then, as the gaps are starting to space out now then, so this is the closest battle in the points at the moment then, which is between New Life and Val at the moment. We got PB and Fizzy, which are quite close, which are in close company, but that is just an overtake as well. So Fizzy on the soft tyres, we do expect him to pull away slightly then as well, but Hog is on the he's gone for the undercut very early on in the Redo there, hasn't he? So he's down in 15th, he's slightly out of position there, Hog is, but he's that might be a very shrewd move in this race there, because Hog is now going to be putting his toe down, isn't he, and really racking off some laps there as well, as New Life's back in there, was trying to overtake his front there. Of course, he had a big smash in qualifying, didn't he, unfortunately, which has put him on the back burner, so to speak, hasn't he? But he's up to 8th position there, New Life is, and at the moment in time though, Red Bull have got the high ground though, haven't they? And that is the battle at the moment between McLaren, Red Bull, and the Mercedes as well, of course. But Fizzy, unfortunately, not having a good race there. Roscoe, the only Red Bull, and the McLaren, and the only McLaren at the moment there is New Life as well, with Gaz damaging the car then, and is limping at the moment, isn't he? So hopefully Gaz could have a cleaner second part of the race as well. Look at this, Hog is up the inside, passes PB then, and oh goodness me, Hog there getting that to that corner is a bit too acute for Hog there, and that has allowed PB there to have a slingshot as well. Fizzy is coming to the pit set, and Fizzy there is good. What tires is going to go on then in the Mercedes, and look at this, as Hog is through, passes PB and moves up into 13th position as well. It's even on the tower as well, but I still didn't know where he was. The pit then now comes in Fizzy. He's on the hard tires to the end of the race, and that to me sounds like it's a one-stop strategy, unless there is a safety car, or maybe in a virtual safety car we can get a cheap pit stop, of course. Of course, if you get a cheap pit stop, what does that mean then? If the safety car comes out, you can pit under the safety car, and that means you're not going to be at racing speed, are you? You've got to be at the safety car will bunch the field up, won't they? So that's a free pit stop in essence, compared to if they was just running around now like they are at the moment then. The virtual safety car, you have to decrease your speed by 40% then, and I know I'm not a mathematician, not by any stretch of the imagination then, so what does that mean then? Basically, the drivers have a delta on their steering wheel, and also in the top right hand corner as well. Of course, it has to be green. If it's not green, you will get a penalty, won't you, for speeding under the virtual safety car. So that's what it means. You just got to keep the delta in the green, of course, and of course that is the that just allows you to go to one speed as well. David Croft from Sky Sports F1 normally says, we'll come back to in a minute, because New Life has just got past Val and moved up into 7th position then in the McLaren. Good stuff then. Yeah, David Croft has a good explanation for it. Of course, that is when if you've got a scale electric track, then just put them all on the same track then, and they all go around the same speed, basically. That's exactly what it is then. And yeah, so that's what it is. That really neutralises the race, doesn't it? Of course, the virtual safety car came into play after that the horrific events of the Japanese Grand Prix in 2014 with when we unfortunately lost Jules Bianchi, didn't we, which was such a horrific day, and I remember that race vividly, unfortunately. Well, yeah, unfortunately I think is the word is really, because we lost a very bright talent there, didn't we? Not only that, there's a lot of people have also said of how good, just how much of a great person Jules Bianchi was as well, which is probably might be, well, I would say more important than just driving racing cars, in my opinion. But then there we go there, in the nicest way possible. We've got 20 laps to go in this race then, and we're just watching T Sammy then. Of course, he is the double world champion, isn't he, in IRC now. T Sammy there is now going to be like it's not going to be up with the greats, isn't he, in terms of IRC then. Good stuff indeed there. The likes of talking in the likes of Vanquish and Slim, brilliant stuff indeed there for T Salmon, and absolutely mega stuff. And as we're on board with T Salmon as well, and there's a Roscoe is trying to defend his part to the inside there. Oh goodness me, and there's a bit of a love tap as well then between the two drivers there, but T Salmon is at the inside and he is now through, and he's got some wicked speed there. T Salmon has on those on those hard tires there. Roscoe though is not going to give that there, but look at this, it's T Salmon was just blocking it off and Roscoe there is not taking that lion down, is he? He is now on the inside there. And Roscoe getting a bit squirrely as well. He got a bit too hard on the accelerator as well. I think he tapped the back end there of T Sammy's diffuser, but the job but I think that potentially might have helped T Sammy in the long run there, because that actually I think stopped Roscoe from getting greater momentum, which might have helped him to be more in front of T Sammy. But that is a important move in this race out for T Sammy. Maxi is currently 3 seconds up the road from Steve, who sees 3 seconds up the road from Matt as well. So currently at the moment now, T Sammy is only 8 seconds away from Maxi. Maxi's doing an absolutely phenomenal job on those soft tires. They're really good stuff indeed there. All the other drivers that started on soft tires have had to come in the pits there about a couple of laps ago. Of course, Fizzy came about a lap or two ago as well then. So Max is looking after those tires as well as doing a great job. They're very Hamilton-esque out there at the moment there, isn't he? Really impressive stuff indeed there from the race leader. And just as we say that, he comes into the pits now then, and I wonder if that has edged it onto a one-stopper there for Maxi then. This is a very good, that was a very good stint there for Maxi. Impressive stuff indeed then, as we got a yellow flag then, as what is occurring. It's Penny is off the circuit, and oh dear me, that's it, turn 9 as he damaged the car. And let's take a look there, as we're on board with the race input driver as well. Lovely shot. I know he hasn't damaged that part of the rear front wing end. Lovely helmet by the way from Fizzy, absolutely stunning. But we're not here to look at Penny's helmet. Well, as much as I'd love to look at Penny's helmet, we need to look at the wing there, don't we? It looks okay, and he was in a part of the course there, which it didn't look like he had too many barriers next to him, did he? So Maxi has come out of the pits, and whilst we got distracted by Penny momentarily, as he had a bit of a trip at turn 12, Maxi is in the 8th position there. He's on those hard tires now until the end of the race then. So let's see how this one will be then. I'm wondering if the runners on the medium tires might actually think about going to the soft side. This is going to be very intriguing, isn't it? I am looking forward to this. This is very much a strategical race, isn't it? And I've got to say, sometimes a strategical race is a much better spectacle. Penny is off. He's gone off in a major way. He's right off the circle. We have a virtual safety car. Max Verstappen crashed there, I think, a couple of years ago with a brake failure. I wonder if Penny's had the same issue in the racing point. We seen him go off earlier on, and now it's right off the circle. So I've got a virtual safety car in this race. And is anyone going to take this opportunity to come in the pits? Depends on how long this virtual safety car is out for. And it's Steve there is coming in the pits well as the car has been move now then. So when's the safety car going in then? And pits and the windows open there for soft tires there, but it looks like according to that pit window graphic then. Interesting stuff there. They're all pouring into the pits then, and this is going to be very interesting. Well, New Life has stayed out though, and of course New Life who's a super sub tonight, hasn't he? So is Sprint as well. So New Life and Sprint are first and second one there. Is Steve is coming out, and he is on those fresh soft tires, isn't he? Is he going to get in front of Maxi? This is an important part. Drive through penalty for PB, and he is in front of Maxi then. Oh goodness me, and this virtual safety car has really spiced things up in this race, hasn't it? Just said that this was going to be a strategical race. The virtual safety safety car comes into play then, and that's a shame for Penny. He's out of the race then, and that's so that's a yellow flag then. And what is occurring? And so we've lost PB as PB is off the circuit as well. Penny is Penny's let out of the race, and PB he's gone to the wall then. PB has said, I know that's quite a perilous position for a car. I don't think it'll be a safety car though, because they should be able to just get him off there, because he's next to the pit in there, isn't he? So PB is out of the race. He's also left for Central. That's such a shame for PB. He's out of this race as well. Steve's just got up into third position, I should say then. And we've also got Matt who's got past the Rizzlesticks, and Rizzlesticks might have been the rear gunner from Maxi there. Unfortunately though, for Maxi's point of view, Rizzlesticks couldn't keep Matt behind for much for long there. And that is a virtual safety car then. And we've got drama all of a sudden, haven't we? I wonder if that virtual safety car is for PB's car then. So perhaps they needed to get it off safely. And well, this virtual safety car, well, this has really spiced things up. And I wonder if Sprint and New Life are going to try and come in the pits now then. Sprint and New Life stayed out there. They're the only drivers apart from Rizzles. Oh no, he is in the pits then. So into the pits comes Sprint, and he have to slow down though. And he's into the pits now then. What about New Life? New Life's also in the pits. There's debris in the pit entry there. Val's coming in the pits as well then. So it's actually word then. So yeah, that virtual safety car thing coming 2 in a row then. It's really it's really intriguing them to come in the pits, isn't it? Sprint is out of the pits now then, but look at Matt's already gone through then. New Life is also, so those are the Ferrari mechanics that are coming in the pits. DR's been enabled then. I think Rizzlesticks is not going to get the full benefit of that virtual safety car, but he's out now on those hard tires then. Rizzlesticks is then. I'm thinking that might have been a not sure if that was the right strategy call there from Rizzlesticks then, but what do I know? Oh, goodness me then. And we've got Gaz then, who's got some issues then in the McLaren. He has damaged the end plate there, and that's it. The perilous turn 12 once again, isn't it? For the McLaren driver then. So it's cut up to half distance then. And I got to say, the first 10 laps, they were very well behaved, weren't they? And it was definitely felt like, it didn't feel like an end of season race, did it? But unfortunately, Gaz has damaged the car then. He's only just coming to the pits as well. So so he's good. This is going to be a double blow, isn't it? Not only has he lost time for the spin, he's also lost time then for the damage as well. So he's in the pits and on board now with Sprint as well. So Sprint is on the soft tires, Roscoe's on the hard tires. We got soft tires for Matt, soft tires for T Sammy, hard tires for Maxi, soft tires for Steve at the moment, virtual safety car again. And what is occurring out there at the moment? So the virtual safety cars come out, and I'm trying to work out why that is now, because all the cars seem to be pointing in the correct direction or something. I mean, this is a very delayed virtual safety car perhaps then. Whatever the case may be, that might have actually helped Gaz. And Gaz there is going to be lapped, I think, then. And that is a shame. Maxi's in the pits then. So Maxi is using this virtual safety car to come in the pits, and this is very much a dramatized part of the race, isn't it? So coming to half distance, and he's onto the medium tires, Maxi, and he's used all 3 sets of compounds then, which I'm sure was actually it was a trophy, wasn't it, on one of the old games there. And look at this, there's now Maxi's coming out, and he had a great start in this race then, and now he's coming out in 8th position, but looks like he might even be behind Val. Val's I think a bit too far back. Here comes Maxi then, the man who is the runner-up in the World Championship. Well, he is at the moment then, isn't he? Well, is he? He might not be actually, because I think if Steve wins and Maxi finishes here, then I think that Steve is going to be in 2nd position then, of course, which would be a very good performance there from Steve then. Oh my goodness me! That's a major problem in this race then. And look at this, T Sammy has left possession, and that's a big blow indeed there for T Sammy. Look there, the double world champion is a ghost. This is a critical part of the race. This is not what he needed, is it? And we're on board then, and who is going to strike? Who is going to strike then? Can T Sammy get back into this race? And look, there's his AI that is cruising. It's cruising. He's back in the session then. And we got another virtual safety car. And I don't even know what these virtual safety cars are for now, to be honest. I'm not sure if we've got a bit of a gremlin going on in the lobby or something like that. T Sammy there is he hasn't took control of his car yet, because it's still a ghost. It's still see-through at the moment, as far as I can tell then. And I'm not sure if it's a virtual safety car. If we've just had a bit of a glitch in this lobby then, but this might help the world champion. Actually, this might be a very lucky thing then. Is virtual safety car is out once again then. Is all the cars are trying to go around. Yes, he's back in the car then, and that is quite a crucial crucial moment in this race, isn't it, for T-Sammy? He may have lost a couple of seconds, but he has not lost track position, has he? And that is crucial. DRS has been able once again, and hopefully we haven't got a glitch lobby or anything like that, which is going to be a very disappointing end to this incredible IRC season as well. And maybe it is a bit of luck there that we haven't got a championship on the line, if that is the case. But of course, we'll find out then. It's down. We've got New Life all over the back of Hog at the moment. We've also got Sprint and Roscoe. Oh, he's gone too. He's completely missed his braking point now. New Life has, and he's gone right into the back of the Renault there. Hog, I don't think there's any damage on the Renault then, but there is a lot of damage on that McLaren as well, and that is a big blow in McLaren's attempt there to steal that 5th position in the World Constructors Championship. And now then, as Max is going to go up and under, I think how much of the damage is there's a lot of end plate damage on that McLaren, isn't there? I think New Life is going to have to limp back to the pits. I think this is a major blow for the McLaren driver, isn't there? Sprint and Roscoe are also getting a very friendly with each other as well. Then is Sprint's going to have the inside there, but Roscoe slams the door shut, and we got another virtual safety car. And I think that there is a problem, isn't there? Because there's no one having issues out there, is there, with virtual safety cars or whatnot? And this is getting a bit interesting here, isn't it, at the moment? Then, as I quickly just make sure that just keeping an eye on what is occurring then, and this might actually help New Life in a way then. But even though the virtual safety car has come out slightly, it's come out slightly too early there for New Life, but he's going to come in the pit. Is he going to come in the pits? I should say first. First and foremost, is he going to come in the pits? He does come in the pits then, and here we go again. But yeah, I'm not sure about these virtual safety cars at the moment. Then, or it's kind of course, virtual safety car is usually out there when there's a issue or something. I'm wondering if it's I wonder if it's an issue due to the PB's issue early on then, but he's changed the nose cone. New Life is there, and he is dropping out of the points as well. There's a drive-through penalty there for gas for speeding under the virtual safety cars. We're back racing once again then. Russell 6 is currently in 9th position, and Fizzy is in 11th position as well, and Maxi is a second behind him, and we're back watching Sprint and Roscoe at the moment. And Steve is currently 9 seconds in front of Matt in second position, and T-Sammy back in the race as well in third position. I don't think those soft tires are going to get to the end, to be honest, are they? I think the guys on the soft tires are going to have to come in the pits then. I think so, anyway. So you're coming down the back straight there. So Roscoe in a very good 4th position there. Sprint in 5th position. Hog in 6th, and Hog doing a good job there. He's on the medium tires, isn't he? Hog is, and I think that he's done 9 laps, so he's done the most lappage out of anyone on this race circuit one. Then we've got Fizzy on 7 lap out hard tires as well. Roscoe's gone slightly wide there, hasn't he, out of turn 13, and Hog is off the circuit. Oh my goodness me, and he has spun it out of turn 13, no, turn 12, and of course I know all about that turn there, as I think that was my first official IRC retirement there, where I crashed right into the side. I think it was Dave actually. I think Double and Dave had a bit of coming together there, and unfortunately I wasn't watching my map and I went straight into the side of him. So yeah, it's less said about that the better, I think, Ted, as that just shows of how green I was racing back then. I can't even say that really. I was just rubbish. Just watching Sprint then. His Hog is in the pits then, and that is a I don't think he's got damage. Roscoe though going in so deep there, and look, Sprint there's not going on. They're banging wheels out, and I think that's at the moment. Roscoe is a very tough customer, isn't he? He really is there. He is not going to wave anyone by, is he, in this race there? As now as we're going down into turn 8, I think it is that Hog is dropped down to top position, but those medium tires should get him to the end of the race. You might have to babysit them, of course, but it's those last tires there. He only did 11 laps on them, so he needs to he just needs to be a bit more careful, I think, on the tire wear then. Coming down the back straight. Well, there's a close ball on track at the moment then. So going into, you heard that beep there, of course that is the DRS beep. That the drivers probably don't even use the beep, do they? Because they are so like twined with the race circuits, and they know exactly where the DRS lines are by every centimetre, don't they? Steve is now really starting to put his toe down, hasn't he? He is now 11 seconds in front of Matt now, and he's just got the fast lap. I think that Steve is probably going to try and go for the Grand Slam here, isn't he, at the moment? That yellow flag. That oh no, it's Val who's off as well. And it's there's some moisture on the circuit, perhaps, and there's a lot of spinners in turn 7. And he's only done 3 laps on the medium tires. And Roscoe has lost the 5th position, or has he? No, he hasn't, because he's 4th at the moment. Oh my word! Oh no, they've come to blows. They have come to blows, and there's damage on the Red Bull. And Sprint and Roscoe have come to blows, and they was getting very close, weren't they? And that's that's a big blow then, but the Sprint has not damaged the car. Roscoe has said Maxi is now trying to strike whilst the iron's hot, and the Sprint going to let that happen, and he's going on the inside there, but Maxi is on the outside. New Life has got the fast accelerator. On board Sprint. Oh my goodness me. And I thought he's going to just stick his nose in there, but Sprint for better off. We've got McLaren behind then. I don't think it's New Life. New Life is down in 11th position at the moment. I think that might be Gaz in the second McLaren. He's just gone to the soft tyres. Roscoe's going to go in the pits. I think then Rizzle's now all over the back of Val as well. Val is not coming to the pits, so we've had a couple of racers just spinning off in the same area of the circuit. And turn 12 is very perilous at the best of times. But I'm wondering if I'm wondering what's down there at the moment. It's something is helping those drivers go off, and maybe it's just maybe it might just be the fate of the race so far. Oh, his Val has gone in very deep then. He's lost momentum then. Unfortunately, Rizzlesticks couldn't really strike whilst the iron's hot then, but he's had a much better exit now, hasn't he? He's alongside Val. He is past Val, and he is up into 7th position now. Good stuff indeed. Val dropping down to 8th position, and that spin has really hurt him, hasn't he? He's trying to find the grip level on those tires again, isn't he? But look at that then. As you can see, he's very cautious through turn at 12 this time around, isn't he? And a yellow flag then as we've got Mason off the circuit as well. There is it's every lap at the moment, isn't it? As he's trying to recover, and New Life is on the outside. The McLaren is back in the points then, and oh gosh, and New Life, Mason dropping down into 12th position there, and Roscoe is in the pits there for the Red Bull, and he's had to have an extra 5 seconds as well. That is the average time to change the nose cone on these cars. And out of the pits now comes Roscoe. We got we got Val in Rizzlesticks. Oh goodness me, as he's climbing to the curves. There's Rizzlesticks there. Oh my word there. Rizzle is now over to 6th position there. Once again, he is showing some fine form then, whilst everyone else is struggling at turn 13. Turn 12 is staying, and Rizzle is not them, but Val has gone back up, and he is through into, he's gone very wide though. That is going to be an inviting, that's an invitation that Rizzlesticks is not going to turn down, is he? As Val has just gone to the diffuser of Rizzlesticks. Rizzlesticks was not going to turn down that invitation, was he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. But he's gone the power a bit too heavily on that curb, hasn't he? But I think that he has the high ground, doesn't he? Sprinters all over the back of Maxi at the moment, and as Maxi is in 4th position then. T Sammy is currently 3rd. Looking back, oh my goodness me, and what's happening here? Mason has gone into the back of someone, and I think Roscoe's also got damage as well, has he? And New Life has got through then, and there's some debris off the back of one of those cars, and Roscoe's got more damage there in the Red Bull. This is not going at all well for Roscoe, and oh dear then. And then look, so Mason, let's see if Mason's got damage as well then. Has he got damage? Yes, he has as well. Mason and Roscoe, I'm not sure if they come together or whatnot, but unfortunately both drivers have got damage and they're going to have to come in the pits, and this is a dream scenario for Hogg Dennis. He's just coming the pits on those medium tires. There he is. There's the Renault car in the background, and this is a nightmare for Roscoe, isn't it? And is he going to be coming in the pits? I think both cars are coming in the pits as well. So Mason slows down, and look at that. So it's incredible how these guys attack the line, isn't it? So I was on the wrong Mercedes. I was wondering where's Rizzlesticks has gone, but there they are. Then I'm back in the frame now. Val then is not going to let Rizzlesticks get away with that too easily, is he? But I'm thinking the Rizzlesticks there is they've done the same amount of tire laps then around here as well. That doesn't make any sense at all. They've done the same amount of laps around here on those tires. So we've got Fizzy in the background there. He's 5 seconds away at the moment. Fizzy is. Of course, Fizzy has had a nightmare race up till this point, hasn't he? But he's back in 8th position there. Can he get some points for the Mercedes? It's quite crucial with Mercedes, McLaren and Red Bull fighting away, but no points for Red Bull. McLaren are on 2. Mercedes are the team that is striking now, and they could be up into 5th position by the end of tonight's events. Sprint is not leaving Maxi alone at all, is he? As unfortunately Roscoe and Sprint now collected each other at turn 2 as well, and now Roscoe is also come together at turn 12 with turn 9 and 10 with someone else then, and we're not sure if it was Mason or New Life, but unfortunately Mason and Roscoe have had to come into the pits because of the because of those events then. And just as we're back on board Sprintbone and done 7 laps on these soft tires then, just taking a look back here then, and Val then is in DRS then, but look at Rizzel's got such a quick car, and this would be another performance there. He'll be equaling his Austrian performance there from last week with Rizzel's at the moment there. No penalties have been awarded out even then, very clean and cut here. Oh, but Rizzel's there has gone wide there at turn 3. Nice, and that's another invitation there at this time, and look at how he's gone into the back when Val has. Has he damaged the car? No, he hasn't. They do make him strong, don't they, in Brackley? And look at that, there's Rizzel's is back through. And goodness me there. I think that Val just really underestimated the run he had out of turn 3, didn't he? And he just drove into the back of the Ferrari. But luckily, no damage there. There was a moment or two where I thought that they might have been coming to blows there. Into the pits is the race leader then. So he's done 9 laps on this off tire. So it's a 2 stop strider then for Steve. And now then he's built up such a good lead as well. Lovely helmet design, by the way. That's beautiful, isn't it? This comes out the pits on there, and T Sammy now is also coming across the line as well. So Steve is on the soft tire. He's gone soft for the final stage of this race as well. He's out in front of Maxi then, of course. There is the world champion. Sorry, the double world champion. I've got to get used to saying that now. He's the double world champion. T Sammy is Steve there coming through in for a position. Into the pits comes Sprintnet. So Sprintnet's had enough of these tires, hasn't he? He's coming into the pits and now he's going to he's going to go for soft tires to the end of the race. Look at the shine there from those brand new Pirelli rubber there. Is Rizzel's there is not coming in the pits. So these guys are on the hard tires. I doubt the hard runners are going to come in the pits there. Fizzy's done 12 laps on his hard tires, and he should be able to get to the end from there. There's Sprintnet, and look at the background as well. We've got a Ferrari. Maxi is off, Ben, now he's in turn number 4, and he is out of the race. And the man who's been runner-up, who is a runner-up in this race so far, if that is the case, and he is going to not finish runner-up this season. And now it gives a golden opportunity, doesn't it? And it looks like he's just lost it. He has lost it. He's in the wall. Maxi is out of this race. That is a crucial blow. Roscoe set the fastest up of the race. That is a crucial blow for Maxi in second in the World Championship. Of course, not all drivers drivers aren't set up to finish second, of course, in any World Championship, but I think that as I mentioned earlier on then, it's all about your CV and stuff, isn't it? But unfortunately Maxi at this moment in time will not keep that second position, will he? Look at Sprint now. That's a great run, isn't it, from Sprint now? Matt's in the pits then. T Sammy leads this race at the moment, but he's now got to repel the very quick Steve, who's on fresh soft tires, I should say, then, until the end of the race as well. Matt is on course for a very strong podium as well, and Rizzel's is on course for 4th. But having said that, then, he does have a very fast sprint behind him. Now look at that, then. That just shows the soft tires there, and he is now up in the 4th position as well. We've got New Life also charging through as well. Rizzo there is in a very strong 5th position there. Val is in 6th position there. Both Mercedes are on course there to displace at the moment then. And let's just get me calculator out. Yes, they are in course there to displace the Red Bull then. But having said that, Roscoe's back in the points then. That is crucial for the Red Bull point of view, isn't it? Val's going to try and get back up to the back of Rizzel's. I think he lost a lot of time now, didn't he, after the overtake of Sprint there. But I think Sprint's going to leave him to it now, and Sprint having a very solid race in 4th position now, isn't he? We've got New Life, who's having a good race as well in the McLaren. We got Hogg in 9th position now. Roscoe in 10th, and he's just under a pit stop behind now, though, isn't he, after having that extra stop then. Mason in 11th position now. Gaz is in 12th position in the 2nd McLaren. So we're on board there with his teammate New Life, of course, the super sub tonight, isn't he, New Life is. T-Time has done 10 laps on those medium tires. Are they going to get to the end? I think they should get to the end then, but are they going to get to the end at a strong pace is I think the question that needs to be asked there, isn't it? And we won't be answered for the next 6 or 7 laps or so. And we are now only 7 laps away. The final 7 laps then of 2020 here in RC. Final couple of laps then for season 8 as well. And what a season it's been, hasn't it? As we're just watching this part here, and Steve is bringing the gap down quite dramatically now, isn't he? So let's just rack off some of the incredible stats this season. Of course, Maxi's had 8 pole positions this season. Steve's had 7, and I think the next highest was T Sammy with three pole positions there. The wins there, we've had 9 for T Sammy there. That has been the crucial part. Rizzel's is in the pits then, as we got Roscoe well off the track there. That is it, turn number oh goodness me, that's it, turn number 11 there. and that is a big blow indeed then. So we've got a safety car then, Fizzy's in the pits then, and no, I don't think that's a safety car anyway. Rizzle's coming out of the pits on the soft tires, Fizzy's also on the soft tires as well. The car has, that's in a dangerous place, that's right in the firing line, isn't it, for Roscoe, but he's out of the race then, and that is a big blow for the Red Bull team as well. Roscoe's left the session and we're down to 11 cars now there. Gaz is on the cusp, so perhaps getting some points there, but he is a lap down, isn't he? So someone needs to fall off the road or retire with mechanical issues in the next before lap 28 really, if he wants points there for Gaz then. So let's fingers crossed then for Gaz to get some points tonight then. And on board then with Steve then, as he's coming out the front turn as well, and T Simon there is going to try and defend this. He can sense it. He can sense the Steve is behind him. He can also see that Haas in his wing mirrors as well. And look at this, T Sammy there is in the middle of the course then, but unfortunately, unfortunately for T Sammy, but fortunately for Steve, he is on fresh soft tires. He passes the double world champion, and he is in the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Fantastic then. So Steve leads and is on course for his second Grand Prix win of the season. Good stuff indeed there. He's at the joint most podiums this season of 13 with T Sammy. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Of course, the most fast stops does go to T Sammy as well. So absolutely, so T Sammy is definitely not a slouch, isn't he? When it comes to the fast stops and stuff. Just watching and see then he's now going to probably just start to stretch his legs so far. Let's take stock then as we've got 5 laps to go of IRC of the final race of the season. And of course here in Bahrain, we've had a random calendar this season, and we're going to have a random calendar next season for season 9 as well. It's been an absolute success, hasn't it? Albeit I've always had to check where we are next because I'm so used to the official calendar. Because good job on the board tonight. Otherwise, I'll be saying we're going to Vietnam next week there, and then I would have been turning up, and there would have been no drivers in the lobby then, which would have been quite embarrassing, wouldn't it? But it's see then it's just coming down the back straight as well. Let's take stock then. Lap 25 out of 29. Steve leads this racing, going for a second Grand Prix win of the season. T Sammy is second, the world champion. He's had a very strong performance today. T Sammy has. Matt has had a really good drive as well in third position. He's I think he's really shone around this circuit. Same with sprint in full position, and it just shows why the Alpha Taris are the world constructors champions then with performances like this. Val in fifth position now. He is sticking to the hard compound tires there. He might have a New Life, who's the super sub here tonight for the McLaren, in place of Timmy. He is in sixth position, and he is potentially helping McLaren getting themselves up into a very strong fifth in the constructors championships. We've got Hogg in at seventh position in the Renault as well. Rizzle 6 is down to 8th, and he's on fresh soft tires. Fizzy is 9th then. Mason completes the top 10 in the racing point as well. As we got the second McLaren off the circuit then is Gaz there. Not a fan of Rolex, but it looks like from Gaz then, but he crashes through the polystyrene, and he is back on that circuit as well then. But he still has the potential of maybe getting some points or two, maybe getting a point or two in the McLaren, but he does need a retirement, doesn't he, for Gaz then. Otherwise, unfortunately, will not. Unfortunately, he might finish off the season with no points sent to his name, which is a shame for Gaz. But he's because I don't think he's had many retirements, Gaz, hasn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. I am very much mistaken, I apologise. But yes, well, I think that Gaz is in the race tonight then, and really he's done a good job for McLaren, hasn't he, since stepping in for Harry over the about several races ago now, hasn't he? So he's done a really good job, Gaz has, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do next season, of course. Then, if you want to find out Gaz's team or anything like that, I'm doing a lot of plugs tonight, aren't I, for the IRC Facebook, but that is where you need to go to find the driver lineup as well. But I do say that my spreadsheet is raring to go then for season 9 of RC then, as I do have to work in spreadsheets because I'm not very smart on the old math side there, and I do need something to do it for me, of course. Oh no, New Life is in the wall, and he's done exactly the same thing in qualifying, and he is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and at New Life, and that's a big blow for McLaren. It's a big blow in one hand, saying we're not getting fifth from the Constructors' Championship, but Gaz is on the cusp of getting a point for this season then. Oh no, though! And New Life, oh, what a shame there for New Life, and that's a blow, isn't it? Of course, we're so close to home as well for New Life. He was about 3 laps away, wasn't he, from scoring some more points for the McLaren team, but that's not good at all. Mason there has also got problems there. It's turn at 9 is a turn at 11 there is a real problem tonight. Turn 11 and 12, isn't it? New Life's car has gone there. It's been moved on the circuit there, and now then there he goes down. As we've got the race leader just behind us as well. Those tires are going to be screaming hot there for Mason. As he was on board with New Life, he was hunting down, wasn't he? He was hunting down Hog, but unfortunately, was that Hog? I think it might have been Val actually. He was hunting down Val, but Val is going to be very happy with that. Mason there is, he's not coming in the pit. I thought he was coming in the pit, so maybe he's going to go for fastest lap then. Steve is on his second to last lap then tonight, then, and he has been he's been very impressive, hasn't he? Into the pits there comes T Sammy. He doesn't have a pit stop advantage over Matt, does he? So this one for he is going for fast lap. T Sammy's. Of course, there, but of course, I think he hasn't really got much to lose, has he? So why not go for the fast, like the double world champion? Of course, the signature lime green helmet as well. And there's Matt there. He's just on the right-hand side of your screen, the left-hand side of your screen now, as he shoots away and in for second position as well. Can Matt then get second position and sprint in fourth position? Then fifth position is Val, doing a good job for the Mercedes team tonight. I've got to say, he's had a very solid drive, hasn't he, Val? That's impressive. Hog in sixth position there, going for a very unusual strategy Hog has tonight. Then, I say it's unusual. He's gone against the grain of everyone else there, but it's worked like a treat, hasn't it? And he is in sixth position there. Russell in seventh position there. Good stuff from the Ferrari driver. Then he's hunting down Hog then, but it's 10 seconds back. I think that late pit stop might have cost them. Then same with Fizz as well. I reckon that they was thinking it might have been a virtual safety car. Mason in ninth position there is he is coming through that perilous turn at 12 and Gaz is in the points then as well. Unfortunately, McLaren's loss might be his team. But unfortunately, McLaren's loss is actually Gaz's gain now, as he is in the points. And Gaz is, this is going to be his first points finish of his IRC career. Absolutely great stuff indeed there for Gaz then, and fairly deserved then tonight, as he has really survived a very perilous race then, as we list off the drivers then that have had some issues tonight. New Life out of the race just did it. Roscoe unfortunately had to come together with Sprint, and I think also him and Mason and New Life was also quite close. We're getting very cozy in turn 9 and 10, weren't they? Max out of the race, and he had a problem at turn 4 then. We've also lost PB and Penny as well at the early stage as well. Penny went off at turn 4 as well. Similar place where Max Verstappen went off a couple of years ago, but Max Verstappen had a brake failure, didn't he? On board with Gaz, looking at the outside front there, the unloaded tyre there for Gaz there, as he's really pushing on, isn't he, on those soft tyres at the moment then. Just watching Steve now, who's on the final tour of the of this Bahrain circuit, and also on the final tour of the season as well. Then he's already weaving backwards and forwards, Steve said, as he's got a 21.9 second advantage there. He can almost get out and push it home now, can he, Steve? Does he's been absolutely magnificent. Really, this season he really has indeed, doesn't he, Steve? As we list off his 7 pole positions this season, his one lap pace has been fantastic. He's had a bit of bad luck in the races here and there, but this is going to be a solid result for Steve, and he's going to get second in the World Championship, which I think is a great achievement there for Steve. I got to say, yes, all drivers do want to win the Drivers' Championship, but second is no easy feat in the IRC, is it? Steve comes through the final turn, and he is going to win the second Grand Prix of the season. This also cements his second position in the World Drivers' Championship. Steve wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, and what a way to cap off a good season for Steve then. A really good season indeed then. Is Matt is just Matt is coast home, and has Matt got any fuel? I think has Matt got a problem? Oh no, he's just a couple of laps from home there, Matt is. T Sammy is going to come through, the world champion, gets another podium. That's his 14th podium of the season, and fastest up as well then. And as Matt there is just coming through there as well, as we've got the two Alpha Taris there, who are I thought they were going to do a formation flying then, and perhaps they might be as well in this course. So they are celebrating with third and fourth position as well. Good stuff indeed there for the Alpha Tari course. They are the Constructors World Champions. Brilliant stuff indeed there. And Sprinter made it a bit harder for himself there, where he did donut, but unfortunately went the wrong way round. We got Val in a very strong fifth position there for Val. I've got to say that was a very professional drive there from the Mercedes driver. Hog in a very good sixth position as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Rizzle sticks in seventh position, and that late pit stop there might have cost him there. Fizzy in eighth position. Mason is in ninth then. 10th position there is Gaz as well. Gaz getting his first points of his career as well. Well done to Gaz there. Brilliant stuff there from the McLaren driver. Unfortunately, as we just mentioned, McLaren's loss is Gaz's gain though, as McLaren will not be fifth in the constructors now, and I think that fifth position actually goes to the Mercedes pair. So brilliant stuff indeed there. Jan saying thanks guys for the great season, incredible races. Sean, thanks for the great commentary. Everyone, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yep, Jan there. It's been a brilliant performance this season as well, and I hope you have a very good Christmas as well, Jan. Thank you for all the guys and gals that have watched the streams over the course of the season. It's been absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, have a great New Year, and really yes, and of course, I hope you have a great New Year. I'm really bad at stuff like this, so yeah, I can just talk about cars all day, but I can't do anything else there. Right then, let's take a look at the final classification then from the Bahrain Grand Prix. T-Simon got driver today, then he also got fast up as well. The final 10 runners then to finish Bahrain, then the final race of the season here in IRC Season 8, and it was a absolutely dominating performance there from Steve, wasn't it? Goodness me there, and really that is going to be very interesting, because remember, next season we're on the same game, aren't we? So this could be an early marker thrown down there from Steve for next season. T Sammy second there, also fast up as well. Sprinting third position there is Matt let his teammate through right at the end there, but sprinting Matt third and fourth in the AlphaTauri. Good, that just caps off a great performance there for the and that caps off a great performance there for the AlphaTauri. Fifth position is Val. Sixth position is Hog. Seventh position is Russ 6. 58th, Mason 9th. Gaz in 10th position. New Life, Roscoe, Maxi, PB, and Steve all retired then from this Bahrain Grand Prix. Stick around, folks, as I think I'm going to try and invite people into the chat then, as this is going to be fun, isn't it? With the old this old PlayStation thing anyway. Yep, stick around, folks. I excuse the blue screen of doom, but hopefully as I just quickly go get a couple of drivers in then, because we're going to talk about their season, anyway. All right, then let's see who I've got then. I'm gonna 1 minute. Is that me just like going right? But I think overall it's been a fantastic season, hasn't it? Really well done indeed then for all the drivers out there as well. Of course, I think T-Simon's been a worthy champion this season, hasn't he? A double world champion as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff there fantastic stuff indeed there from T-Sammy there, brilliant stuff indeed there. Of course, he's a double world champion, isn't he, T-Sammy? It's brilliant stuff indeed there, and I think absolutely amazing stuff indeed. Of course, huge congratulations to Steve as well, who I think could get second now according to me maths then, but I haven't got my calculator out with me tonight because I put it away after last week then. And of course we've got the drivers coming in now as well. Let's talk with Steve first then. Steve, according to my maths, which is rubbish, I think you're second in the driver standings now, but I did say in the stream now that maybe you did start to be second then, but I've got to say you've had a fantastic season this season though.
First of all, your maths is correct.
Excellent.
We think. But yeah, it's been a great season nonetheless. I'll take second, I suppose.
Well, you've had 7 podiums, 7 poles though, so I'd say that's pretty epic.
Oh, that's me bottling it.
He said 6.
Oh, have I got that wrong? Hang on.
No. It was 6 before tonight.
Yeah, Steve said it was 6 before we got pole position tonight.
I'll give him that.
Next, I was saying that this might be an early gauntlet being thrown down for next season with T. Sammy. What are your aspirations for next season, Steve? Is it championship again?
Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant. Absolutely good stuff. Yeah, I like it. Straight to the point as well. Let's go on to Matt now as well. Matt, I think this season the AlphaTauri team have been absolutely great. You in Sprint have been mega. I was saying about the Ferrari team of Slim and Samster in Elite Season 1, but I think that you and Sprint have had an absolutely amazing team dynamic this season, and you've both got a race win as well and a pole position each, and brilliant stuff this season.
Yeah, it's been really good, mate. Really good. I've enjoyed having Sprint as a teammate.
Oh, friends.
But no, it's been. I think. Yeah, I don't have the pace to win the championship.
Are you crying? Oh my god, mate! Are you crying?
I am. Stop it. No, I always go for constructors, and I had a teammate with you.
I only played a game for the Constructors' Championship, but never go for the Drivers.
No, it's just been. I think it's just been one of them seasons. Everybody's got along. It's been. There's not been that much hassle throughout the season. It's just been. I've really enjoyed it this season, and I've got to say thanks for your efforts, Sean. Massive thanks, mate.
Ah, no problem at all. It beats going to the gym. Yeah, I echo that as well. I think I got a list of drivers in front of me from this season, and I think we've only had 27 drivers in total. That's absolutely fantastic compared to other leagues. That's really low, and it really makes for an interesting championship.
I know the whole COVID thing that's going on at the minute meant people weren't working, so we was getting full grids and whatnot. I think everybody's enjoyed it. People have shown good form, and like Rizzo, and Gaz getting his first points tonight. Hopefully things kick on next season. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's looking good next season. I cannot wait. Let's come to. I think Sprint nipped into the party as well. Sprint, I think you just missed out on third tonight, if I'm not very much mistaken. Actually, no, I'm lying. I think you got third.
I threw a podium away for that.
I had to score more than 10 points, so I was like, if I can get P4, I know it's with Wemexy DNF.
Oh, and I've been saying that you've been absolutely magnificent this season. You've been my driver of the season. You've been stunning with your pole positions. Your race win in Monaco was my moment of the season easily. But sum it up from your words as well.
Yeah, it was just the great team dynamic that I had, and
I've got again.
Yeah. I'm close to crying as well now. But, yeah. Yeah, it was just a great team dynamic. We were doing everything for each other to get the best positions out of each and every race, and that showed our 1-2 in Monaco.
Yeah, that 1-2 in Monaco was absolutely fantastic. And the same question I asked Steve. I think that you're a championship contender next season because judging from your last couple of seasons' results, you've just been getting better and better. So the next one is surely like regular race wins.
I hope so, but I need to improve my qualifying base because that one is just shit for me.
Excuse the French.
You're live on YouTube. You can't swear. You're live on YouTube.
Oh, you get the end of the season anyway, so.
You can get away with it on Dutch TV, but not in England.
No, but I'm always having race setups and no qualifying setups, so that's why I'm a bit lower in qualifying. But in the race I can last my tires longer than everyone else, and that's the advantage I'm getting. And also the safety cars are coming at exactly the same time for me.
God, you love yourself, don't you? You've got my teammate now, I'm not bothered.
Oh, wow. What
But it's an absolute great season from every driver. Yeah, we had some issues. Some drivers are saying things to others, but we talk it out. And just a massive thank you to you, Sean, for doing this every Thursday night.
Almost. I missed one race this season. Well, thank you.
I crashed out on one, so.
Yeah, but still, mate, giving up 21 weeks of your life for us, not mate. Everybody appreciates it.
95% attendance would still get you a good mark on the school report, mate. So
I said earlier on the stream, I wish I had this great attendance at school. I might have been better.
Your maths might have been better.
Yeah. Let's come to Fizzy as well. Fizzy, I think I remember halfway through the season saying that your season probably wasn't as good as last season. But I'm starting to eat my words now because last couple of races you've been pretty on it. You had a second in Italy, you had a third in Canada as well, and you've been on very good point scoring streaks. How's your season been overall from your point of view?
it's a tale of two halves. Yeah, the first part of the season was absolutely hopeless. Don't know what it was about the game, just couldn't get to grips with it.
just couldn't find my rhythm, driving style. But yeah, since like the season break, I think it was just after the last Super Cup, I just kicked on and got focused and started to enjoy it and relax a bit more. I think I probably built myself up after a strong season last year that I'd probably do a lot better on this game, and then probably got deflated when it didn't go my way at the beginning of the season. So yeah, it's gone well second half of the season. Yeah, so hopefully more next season.
I think you finished 7th in the end, which I think that's a really good result, to be honest. But next season we're starting off with. Yeah, but yeah, I know it's really odd, isn't it? Because it feels like last season you was very much up there more often than not, but yeah, still 7th. Yeah. Really, but no, yeah. But oh, sorry.
That's all right. No, go on. I was just going to say, it's just a tale of two halves, and the second half of the season has all clicked in and done well. Apart from tonight. Tonight went a bit wrong.
It's the new helmet.
It's that helmet I'm running, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, never change your helmet, ask Schumacher in '98. But look, talking of Japan, that is the start of next season as well. Then, of course, we've got another random calendar next season, and I'm loving some of the team dynamics as well. I would say that physically, the early shout for me is definitely the Mercedes team. You and Timmy are very good point scorers. You finished 7th and 8th in this season's championship as well. Are you aiming for constructors next season?
I think we'll give it a good go. I think we just got to improve our consistency. I think both myself and Timmy, we're sort of like we got to turn the 4th and 5th that we get into sort of 2nd and 3rd to be in with a chance. But we both got good pace on our day. We just seem to get caught up in a lot of incidents. You know, in that middle, that tight group of drivers. So yeah, I mean we've got a chance. You know, with the way the teams have been set up for next season, I think we're one of the strongest on paper. So no disrespect to anyone else, but you know, in terms of points accumulated over the last few years, I think me and Timmy are quite a strong team. So
I quite like the team dynamic of the Alfa Romeo. I'm looking forward to that next season.
Stop it!
I think, you know, everyone, you know, takes the mate. I've had Double as a teammate, and Double's a great teammate. I mean, he's part of the league. You know,
the league wouldn't be the league without Double.
Exactly that. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's a lot of names in this league that are foundations, you know, of this league. And yeah, like you're one of them, Sean. You know what I mean? Because of your commentary and your commitment and doing the tables, etc. You know, and there's a number of names in here that are foundations of this league and have built it to what it is now. And that's what we, like you said earlier, when we only had 27 drivers. That's incredible. If you look at the amount of drivers in other leagues that come and go, and reserves, etc. It's it's testament to the league that that's been built up here over the last sort of 4 to 5 years.
It is, because all my spreadsheets basically have almost exactly the same names on it for the last 3 or 4 years, so it's great. Just copy and paste. Hopefully, talking of Double, hopefully next season he can actually have a couple more races with us, because the Double's usually always ever present now. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Double back in the car in the Alfa Romeo next season. He's very much a point scorer when he gets going. So looking forward to that next season. Have anyone got any final words there before we close off 2020 of IRC?
No, just wish everybody a nice, safe, good Christmas, and we'll be back next year on the 7th of January. Yeah.
So don't drink too much on New Year's Eve, guys. Then absolutely fantastic stuff.
Cheers, Sean. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Sean, buddy. Thanks a lot, mate.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for chatting as well. Brilliant stuff.
Have a good Christmas.
See you later, guys. And of course, that's where we're going to end the stream now as well. That was absolutely fantastic insight, wasn't it? Of course, you heard a quick insight about the teams for next season. Of course, you can see all the teams draw on the IRC Facebook page there. So keep an eye. So go to there, and you'll be able to see the full driver draw, the full circuit calendar, and all that kinds of stuff. But that's it from IRC 2020. And goodness me, then it flies by, doesn't it? Of course, we start in the Land of the Rising Sun next week. Oh goodness me, I'm already getting too into it. Next season, of course, on January the 7th. Then be there. Thank you all for joining us this season. It's been absolutely magnificent, hasn't it? I've loved your comments there. I've loved every minute as well. Join us on January the 7th. We'll be back in action for the Japanese Grand Prix. Goodbye.